Towering above the Petrov steppes at the heart of the Zarth Empire sits Zaranthurul, its proud spires striking defiantly at the sky in an unparalleled display of power. The Zarth Empire represents the pinnacle of Goblin civilization, dominating a world where all other races have dwindled to minorities, driven to life on the fringes of society, or drafted to serve the needs of the ruling class. For 2,000 years, interchanging dynasties have seen Zaranthurul expand beyond all reasonable confines, as each new despot embarks on ever more ambitious building projects to solidify their legacy. Today, the towering red city of Zaranthurul, capital of the Zarth Empire, is surrounded like a giant onion by 9 defensive walls, the space between each wall packed with thriving burrows, all home to uniquely horrifying murder mazes, topped by a network of bridges and overseen by the administrative towers of the imperial court. But if for a moment you will allow me to draw your attention away from the glistening spires of central Zaranthurul, where diplomats and demi-nobles hobnob with powerful trade families from across the land, we will pass through the many walled boroughs of our great city, to a point where the waste of Zaranthurul is expelled from great pipes, forming an expansive mire in which a vast, sprawling network of shanty towns serve to house the many less fortunate and indeed expendable members of Zarth society. Let us ignore the desperate cries of this ravenous ghetto and instead turn our attention to the particular sounds of lamentation that arise from a hovel by the refuse river, where a somber gathering of souls crowd about the slowly bloating body of their deceased matriarch. This particular hovel, until very recently, was the abode of Zitzi Harrow, a shrewd operator who used ties of blood and debts of servitude to make her remaining days as comfortable as possible. Zitzi's many wards, both biological and otherwise, were put to work serving Zitzi's every need, for after all, a lady must be kept accordingly. Zitzi would often claim that the Harrow family was descended from a great line of goblin nobles who had fallen from grace during the war. However, she was always evasive as to which war or what exactly was involved in falling from grace. But her air of authority and withering glare was enough to prevent anyone from pursuing that line of questioning. In her final days, Zitzi self-confined to a large curtained bed which dominated the one-room hovel she shared with her numerous children. In and under the bed, which doubled as an office, Zitzi stored the many keepsakes which brought relative happiness to her self-proclaimed life in exile. Among these humble treasures was a small ornate wooden box, which by Zitzi's proclamations contained the Harrow family birthright, an enduring legacy which, if claimed, would once more restore the Harrow family to its rightful glory. Zitzi's income was generated by work her children were forced to undertake in Haggard Bigot's fungus farm. For this reason, many supposed that Zitzi's tiny hoard amounted to little more than a bundle of shiny pebbles and old rags, but nobody really knew for sure. It was this curiosity which drew the crowd now gathered in the utmost chambers of Golmoth's most reputable boarding cluster today. You stand together in a roughly 20 by 20 foot upper floor apartment with 9 other goblins and adopted siblings. The room, with which you are all too familiar, contains a haphazard cluster of warren-like beds and hammocks made from all manner of salvaged materials. The northern wall is dominated by a large canopy bed where your mother, Zitzi, had lately been spending most of her time. The east side of the room features large shuttered windows, which currently stand open to reveal a striking view of Zaranthurul, its intimidating spires rising high above your squalid hole.
A goblin standing atop a smaller goblin in a very smart vest at the head of the corpse gives the final incantations for the funerary rite. They are a much older goblin and a member of the elite of Zarth society, known as a steppe mystic. They are regarded with a high amount of superstition, and one of the few people who can really guard and see off the dead in this particular situation. And so they give the funerary rites Ah, hamana, 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 blah. Oh, give thee once more unto me from which the dark mother came. Oh, hamana, hamana, hamana. Oh, with the wither, stick and bone. Ah, wither. Hey, hamana, hamana, hamana. Oh, the bowl, tick the bomb. And as the far comes the year, let us pass and once more consume into us the flesh that is Zaranthurul, and give on
We have to.
in the world to once more give forth. Let the funerary feast commence. And with that, can everyone please roll initiative?
Oh, man.
Oh, dear.
Hudson.
2.
Good.
I'm trying to figure out which things I should save for tea. So I'm not getting straight in there yet.
When you look about the room, there are bits and pieces and odds and ends and hammocks and slings and beds built into everywhere. There are 9 other goblin siblings that you have, little younger goblins who haven't really developed personality yet, all eagerly looking onto the body, and as this is announced, you can tell they're about to jump at it.
Yeah, I'm 2, so I'm still looking.
Alright, Polo.
15.
Uh-huh. Lars.
10.
Uh-huh.
12.
Uh-huh.
6.
There's not going to be anything left for any of us.
I know. I'm very excited, but I'm being pulled in 2 different directions, so.
Yes.
Race
Polo, what do you do?
But not fast ones.
Overwhelmed paralysis.
The people who are crowded around, I want to muscle my way through them and get to the body first.
Alright, you are standing right in front of the body.
Ah, okay. Is there anyone around me who looks like they could be a match for me?
Well, there's one very large gnoll in the crowd who seems to be going very quickly to the body, and they're likely going to move very quickly to get there.
I want to change direction and ram into him.
Nice. Alright, so you do so. You leap across the room and smash into Wild, who falls to the ground. You guys get into a rough scrap on the floor as you tussle amongst each other. So, Lars, what are you doing?
I sneak around the body. I sneak through the crowd. I get to the body and I just jump into the stomach.
All right. You are, as you move through, a couple of young goblins lash out at you, just trying to hold you back, but they are unable to get past your wiles and your stealth, and you jump over, and you standing right on top of the body as all of the others crowd in. What do you do?
I bring out a torch that I always have with me, and I kind of threatening, in one hand threatening everyone around me, while the other hand just
Okay.
try to grab flesh.
In and grab a hunk of flesh. All right. So, being 12, Laurel, you're in a scrap.
Right, I'm rolling out onto the ground with Bolo and go, I'm taking my pretties! And the fleas and various mites on my body jump over onto Bolo, attacking as I cast Infestation.
Okay, make wisdom saving throw.
15.
Alright, cool. The fleas start crawling in under your skin, and the urge to itch and scratch is so big that you hold tight, knowing that this is something that Wa will often do to people. Lilac.
Am I close to the body?
Yes, everyone was standing crowded around the body,
Okay,
apart from the other goblins who were trying to launch in
I
there.
jump onto the chest of the body and try and start rip opening the rib cage.
All right,
So I want to go straight for the heart.
Gash has already been opened up by Lars, and you sort of lunge in and give me a strength roll.
Okay, well, that's 6.
All right, you sort of stick the dagger in and start hacking into the body. You're making headway, and the ribs are starting to tear asunder slightly. All right, crack, crack, crack. And finally, after contemplating this situation, Goran, what would you like to do?
I'm going to amble in and spoon out the eyes with my shiny spoon and make it delicate and, very, I don't want to mess up this look right now. So, I'm just going to take it easy and then maybe nibble the fingers and,
All right, so as you're doing that, 9 other young goblins dive into this corpse and start tearing at it apart, tearing through the delicate rags that Zitzi was wearing, once the prim, upstanding member of the community that she is, now being torn apart and respectfully consumed, embraced once more into goblin society and passed on to the future generations, this the greatest gift that she could offer.
She always wanted to go this way.
Polo,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Well, now that I've picked a fight, I'm gonna try and wrestle you to the ground and
You look behind you,
Stop
and
these
while you're
flies.
busy just engaging in this fight, there are all of the other young goblins tearing the corpse apart.
I don't care anymore.
Your one-track mind sees you very, very well in this part. All right, well, make an attack roll then, I guess.
That is a 17.
All right, punch, punch, punch. A sounding blow that goes into your head as you smack down. You take roll damage.
8. Bludgeon.
Smack. You know what that is.
Wow.
I wanna try and choke you in a headlock.
All right, and wow.
Right. As the hand is going into a headlock, I'm just gonna bite down on it. If I can't eat Mama, I'll eat you.
Give me an attack roll as you lock onto the arm.
16.
Okay, successful attack. You can go into a grapple.
Absolutely.
Lockjaw activates, and the dog spirit is held in place as you guys continue to rustle around the floor. Roll damage, of course. However, there are other thinkers in the room, and I would like Lars to please make an intelligence roll.
Natural 20.
All right, you stand above the body, and as Lilac sort of separates, finally cracks through the rib cage, and you see access to the organs, you can take a quick sleight of hand check to.
Can I go for the kidney?
Yeah, you can go for the kidney.
Good enough.
Natural 20.
Fishing out the kidney, and then
She's just the rogue, okay?
Damn.
They always do this.
No, they don't.
and then realizing that
It's just cute. It's just
everyone's
cute.
distracted by the corpse. People might not be paying attention to the sweet stash of goods and shiny things that you know that Zitzi Harrows has stashed around their bed. So what would you like to do? You've taken your attack action, but you've still got a movement action.
I've got the kidney.
You got
in
the
hand.
kidney, which you mark down, and if you consume that at a later date, it'll give you a point of inspiration.
Alright, I'm going to take the kidney, start like just frying it over my torch, but like running, Korean barbecue style, of course. Running,
Discreet running. Yeah.
I'm going to run
No one will
past it
notice
out of the
that.
chaos and go for the treasure hoard.
Okay, cool. Awesome. You just leap across the heads of the goblin like sheepherd style. The small goblins, you just like ride over the seething mass of young creatures who are just crawling like smaller grubs over the carcass, and you get to the bedchamber and you realize that everyone is completely distracted. So you slip in between the curtains without much issue. And you stand on top of
Did
it,
I
you cracked
notice-
open the rib cage. No, you didn't quite
I
notice.
didn't. The smell of burnt, like cooking kidney, didn't.
Somehow Lars was just over there with a kidney cooking it. You're not sure if it came from Zitzi or someone else, but they had a kidney and you did not notice them take
No,
that
I
kidney.
The good thing about kidneys is that there's two.
No, I'm going
Typically.
for the heart. I'm definitely going for the heart. I'd like to rip out Mother's heart.
All right,
Please.
you delve in and push aside one of the other goblins, tear it up, and you have it before you in your little hands. A little voice inside of your head.
Yeah.
Yes, take the power. And you once more can put down a point of inspiration for future use.
Thank you.
Reclaim the organs. And go.
Lars is a bit like a truffle pick. So I noticed that Lars is gone, and it's because I'm, delicately consuming. I have that time to look around and chewing. I know what Lars is up to, and I slip away.
Okay, yeah, you slip away from the feast. You've grabbed your eyeball, like you've got a spoon and an eyeball in hand, and you start walking away from the group. Everyone's like, give them their eyeball, that's fine. And you see the flap of the curtain on the bed is still waving in the wind where Lars went through, and you can hear the munching sounds and the smell of burnt kidney coming out.
Oh, Lars.
And you slip in, and you look around. You see Lars is distracted from their investigation by examining.
I like to follow Lars. Lars always knows where the treasure is.
Examining
you're
room.
gonna
Would you
steal
like
it
to
out.
make an investigation roll? Or you can investigate.
Oh, 19. That's 19.
Well, as you approach, you realize, and living in this small hovel for quite some time, you realize that the bed was actually built on top of an old cupboard, and that formed the mattress base the mattress was laid on. So likely, if you pulled up the mattress, there's probably a trapdoor beneath it.
gonna give it a go. I have some strength. Yes.
So Garin pulls back the mattress, and Gar and Lars, you both look over and open the trapdoor. And as you look in, you are greeted by the sight of a storage cavity that has been completely emptied, apart from one small bag of buttons. But even as you watch, a grey-clawed hand wrapped in dark rags appears through a 1 foot by 1 foot wide hole in the floor to snatch away what remains of your birthright.
Oh, guiding bolt.
Great, make an attack roll. Lars, what are you doing?
Can I stab it? I want to stab.
Stab? Alright, cool.
Stab. That
Oh, you don't want to grab the buttons? What's more important? The stabbing or the buttons?
The buttons. The buttons are more important.
All
I'll
right.
grab the buttons.
I'm getting rid of the hand so you can get the buttons.
Oh, perfect. I'll
Did
take
you
the
hit?
buttons.
No, I rolled a 4.
Okay, guiding bolt flies off. The whole cavity is now illuminated. Parts of it flaming on the outside. But you reach over, give me a dexterity roll to grab the buttons.
Saving?
Yeah, what?
You run out of 20s.
Unfortunately, the hand reaches in, grabs the buttons, kind of looks left and right, and then falls down the hole, and the second hand goes before also falling down the hole. And you hear a sound from below. There's, "Oh shit! Cutthroat Mackenzie, they caught us! We found out! Let's scupper!"
Oh, gotta get him! We gotta get him!
And everybody hears that as the cries echo through the chamber, and you hear more reiterating cries coming from the street below. So, what do you do? I'm just going to go in table order because that's been easier for me. Go on.
Cutthroat Mackenzie. Right. Is there space to go down into the bed from where they've come
Well,
up
it's
from?
a 1 foot by 1 foot hole, so likely not, unless you took off all your clothes and oiled yourself up.
No. Not at all. Right, I need to go out and get the others. We need to go and find these Cutthroat Mackenzies. They've stolen all the things Mother left for Ting.
So at this point, we're going to pause briefly as the name Cutthroat Mackenzie echoes through your minds. And you're going to tell me whether or not you stayed on working at Haggard Bigard's fungus farm to support your dear ailing mother in their final days, or whether or not you moved on to greener pastures. Garin?
Greener pastures. Actually, more
Follow?
silvery.
More like dingy, alcohol laden.
Uh-huh. Lars?
Greener pastures.
Wow.
I tried to move on to greener pastures, but being a gnoll in a goblin city, it just wasn't easy, and I slunk back in.
Lilac?
I stayed with Mother, but only because, I had other stuff I was doing, and it seems like it kind of like worked.
So Lilac and Warl, you guys still work at Haggard Bigard's fungus farm to help earn the money. In fact, you're almost going to be late for work even now. But the name Cutthroat Mackenzie rings a bell in your mind, for Cutthroat Mackenzie is the cruel overseer and first lieutenant of Haggard Bigard, who oversees the Fungus Gang, a nefarious gang of crooks who work directly and exclusively for Haggard Bigard. And this rings a bell. So Garin.
We need to go. We need to go now. They're taking all the things that Ting needs.
Yes! Why aren't you doing anything?
What do you do?
I pay no attention. I'm still trying to throw you around, throw you
Great,
at
make
the
an
wall.
attack roll.
21.
Slam! Wow, blashes into the wall. Give me a D4 plus your strength bonus roll. Damage roll, please. 8. Alright, you take 8 more points of damage. He was thrown across the room and slammed into the wall. You can go into the corner of the bed, four-posted bed, which cracks and breaks under your weight.
I laugh maniacally.
Lars, what do you do?
I am going to. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to grab Bolo because they're my trusted pal.
Yep.
And try to just run out the door.
All right, cool. So you grab Bolo. Bolo, you guys choose. Lars comes up to you and grabs you by the shirt and he's like, "Come with me! Someone's stealing our stuff." What do you do?
I'm guessing
You're
I
like
get.
holding Warl slammed against the thing. Warl's like, lockjawed onto you.
I divert my attention and I'm like, "What do you need? What's going on? I'm having fun right now."
Wait, they've got Mum's things. We gotta go.
Heck, Mum's things.
No. Okay, I just leave Bolo and run.
Awesome. You run. Wow.
I speak around Bolo's forum.
Mum's birthright, we're stuck in this slum forever.
Sorry, what was that?
But without Mum's birthright, we're stuck in this slum forever. Give me a pat and calm down.
And do you then make haste?
I try and get out of this grip and scurry towards the window if I can.
All right, cool. Yeah, the window which is wide open. You sort of like look out and check out and look left and right, and even on the breeze you can smell the distinctive odors of the poisonous fungus that grow at the fungus farm. And you look down to the street and you see a group of goblins rushing up an alley. And in fact, you'll find ourselves here. As you find yourself in this location, and you can see, yes, you're so shiny, the shiniest of things, people. So, as you find yourselves on the street, you're in the apartment, and you are looking out onto. You look out a window which is to your. Just over here, and you sort of look out, and you can see down the street there is a goblin who has just come out of the window. Oh, and he's on the balcony, standing on the level below you, and he's been tossing something to a bunch of other goblins who are sitting there, along with a guy who you recognize. That's right, it's Cutthroat Mackenzie. Oh, well, or it would be Cutthroat Mackenzie.
There he is.
Look at that guy.
Oh my god, he's got 4 swords.
He's like very well equipped.
And the teeth too. Like,
I mean, it's a dangerous business.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is the bad attitude.
yeah.
But you guys stand atop on the utmost buildings of Golmoth's boarding cluster, which is this building right here, and you're making your decisions. While you've looked out the window and you can see these guys here, and you rush down the stairs and come out the side here, and
I call
Lars,
after him, "I won though!"
and also Goran, you have made your way down the
Yeah,
stairs.
I'm rattling my mace against my helmet like a gong to kind of draw everyone behind.
But Lilac, what are you doing?
Oh, me?
Hmm?
I assumed. Oh, well, I was going to bolt. Okay. I'm like, oh no, it's my turn. Yes, so Lilac was eating a heart, right? I was like, are we on the street? Am I still in the room? I am still in the room, I
people are just leaving.
assume.
You look around the room,
Okay.
you see Weil looking out the window, you see Bolo deciding whether or not they're even going to go downstairs and shouting insults at other people.
Okay,
but
well,
everyone else
so
is-
Lilac's just finished eating this bloody heart, and
Yeah.
she's got blood all over her lips, and she just looks at Bolo and says, maybe it will be fun, and uses the more charming parts of her personality to like grab his hand and be like, and run towards the street.
All right, and you jump down into the street as well. All right, Goran, you're leading the charge. You can hear the little pitter-patter of footprints running away from the building, and in fact, immediately around the corner, you can hear one of the goblins trying to desperately climb down the side of the roof.
Excellent. I'm going to race around with my mace at the ready, and if I can hit the goblin calling down from the roof so I can
Okay.
get him.
Roar! Okay, so you rush around, and there before you is in fact the goblin just trying to get off the bottom, like, what the? Ah! Sees the shiniest thing coming, a glint of light comes off from the
It's
sun. You're
like
like,
light.
"Ah!"
The plan.
The sound of tink, 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 tink.
It's not very sneaky. But blinding, yes. So I'm going to hit him with my mace.
Awesome.
18 plus 3. Woo, 21. Look at my math.
You slap him hard, he falls to the ground, slipping off the wall, and so comes on his palm a bit hard. It's like, oh! Bolo, you're still in the top. You're about to turn. You're going to go down the stairs, out the window, smash through the floor. I don't know.
Can I look towards this? Like, there's a window, so can I look down and see? I see him screaming in pain, so I am going to try and jump onto him from where I am.
Okay, so you climb out the large window where Wild's looking out and run across the rooftop, and then leap down. Just give me an athletics roll, please.
12.
Awesome. So, you jump down, and unfortunately you sprain your ankle slightly, taking 2 points of damage, but you do collapse on top of the goblin, like, crunch. And the goblin seems to have fallen unconscious at this point.
Ha!
Lars.
Yeah, I'm gonna run around. Can I go around the buildings? I think they've got this goblin in hand. I want to go kind of the back way.
This way?
Yeah, and go kind of try to cut throat Mackenzie off.
All right, cool. You get to about this point, because this is not a scale map in any way, shape, or form. Just for reference, this is the narrative. You guys are just trying to get after these people map. Wow, what are you doing?
Okay.
Looking out the window. Bolo just bundled out the window behind next to you. And
I run to the window. Up on the windowsill, I cast Jump on myself. Jump to the building's roof next door, and run alongside the roof to try and jump down on another goblin.
Alright, so give me an athletics roll as you do the jump. It's not so much the actual jump itself, it's being able to jump down.
Yep, 16.
Alright, cool. Without much issue, you manage to jump down on top of another goblin who happens to be right there. Because this was a whole gang of goblins, and now that you guys are getting a better assessment of the situation, you're realizing that there are a whole bunch of them. And you land on top of them, tackle into the ground, and Lilac, what are you doing? You've just come out into the street, you've seen Lars rush off to the northwest.
I'm going to run until I have line of sight on the action.
Yep, so you come up here and you can see all the stuff going on here. 2 goblins on the ground, clear footprints of more goblins, and Lars is now behind you.
I'm going to cackle. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on the closest attacking
Her happy
enemy.
laugh is my favorite thing about Lilac.
And now I have to figure out how my spells work, so give me a second.
Alright, cool. In the meanwhile, Cutthroat Mackenzie and the other goblins disappear up and around the corner to the north side.
Checking this goblin's pockets for the buttons, but also just taking.
I did
all
8
the
damage,
other
by the way.
shiny.
Awesome.
8 damage.
The goblin that is not unconscious is being grappled by Warl. They kind of disintegrate in your hands.
In its arms, you work the body.
Yeah. It's like you're holding it up, like explosions, like fire just starts rolling out of its chest, and then like its entire internal sides become evaporated.
Oh, damn it! I'm gonna eat that one. Shit.
You're always hungry.
I'm starving. The only thing
just
I've
ate
eaten
Mother!
today is part of Bolo's arm.
All right, so the one who is flat on the ground down here, like, he's completely done, and just falls off the map completely. The one that's being tackled also gets evaporated.
He dies by falling off the map.
And by the Eldritch Blast, and
All
now,
over me.
and now ahead of you is the alley. You do hear the sounds of footprints, and you can just in the distance see up to the north there are still more people running ahead of you. So, Darren.
Continue to follow the sound of footprints.
Okay, so you rush up here.
Yep. I'm gonna not stealthily chase them.
Chink, 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 chink. Alright, cool. And Bolum?
I'm gonna run, and as I run towards them, I will throw my darts at them. So, I can throw 1 or 2 at once.
I'm gonna say you can throw 2 because you're fancy.
Okay. So that is a
2 hands.
15 and a Ba-ba.
A dart is sticking in one of the goblin's faces. Ah!
For 5 piercing.
Alright, slam. Stick. Oh! Lars, what are you doing? You here?
Yeah, so I want to use my movement and then do a dash action
Uh-huh.
and then use my bonus action
Uh-huh.
to dash again.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool.
Speedy
you
boy.
get to cover quite a bit of distance, and you get to about the same level as these guys are, but on the other side of the building, so, win.
Trying to
Also,
get your exercise in today, is that the plan?
alright, wow.
Weil is gonna disappointingly brush off some of that goblin and then run off up the street, and he's gonna spring.
You
Off the
disappointedly
ground.
leave the eviscerated carcass of the goblin behind.
Was there any carcass left?
Yeah, it was just gutted
Fantastic.
from like
I'll-
the inside.
I'll keep an arm and gnaw on that as I jump, rebound off one building and up to the roof of the other building to try
Okay,
and
nice.
cut them off again. Jump is still active, so I've got triple
Awesome.
jumping.
Lilac.
How far away from me are they?
They are quite far, so like 200 feet.
Oh, wow.
It's like a
Forever.
mile in slum
That's
distance.
forever away from me.
They are forever away from you.
Okay, dang. Okay, well, I'm gonna sprint to try and get as close as
Okay.
I can to
There's
them.
like 40 families between us and them.
I mean, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Alright, so you rush up, and you guys all get to within distance of these guys here, who stand behind and look a little bit uneasy about facing y'all down. And you hear more the sounds of other movement ahead, and you can also, more specifically, hear the sounds of creaking boats. So,
Okay. They're gonna get away, guys.
They're not getting away from me.
Garin, what are you doing?
Right, I'm gonna run past them, but as I'm passing them, I'm gonna use my mace like a baseball bat to try and knock one of their heads off.
Okay.
Through.
So they get
Sort of
You mean attack roll?
give some space. Yeah. 18 plus 3, 21.
Cool.
Magic number.
Well, one of them swings out at you doing 6 points of damage with a small jagged scimitar. The other one gets pushed back and slams into a building nearby and seems quite dazed from that experience. Boom. And you continue to make your way up. Bolo, what you doing?
I am going to. How far away is? Whoops. How far away is?
Not far enough away.
Is the one on the right?
Probably about 80 feet.
Okay. I am going to run ahead some more and throw another 2 darts, yelling, "Ah! You're not getting away!" That is a 21 and a 17.
All right, slam. The one who just got slammed in the head by Garin's mace now takes a third dart into its other eyeball and is now like, my eyes! Floundering around, sightless at the moment.
Delicious eyes.
Lars,
It's
what are you
okay,
doing?
you can still eat them.
I'm gonna use first my movement to get, I don't want to get into this prey, I just want to keep going around.
Okay, zoom up to the top.
Yeah, can I see anything?
Okay, as you look around the corner, you see 120 feet away from you right now, at the end of a pier, there is Cutthroat Mackenzie and some other members of the Fungus Gang on a boat, ready to go. And they have already pushed off away from the harbor, and you can see that in the boat there are piles of shiny baubles that you
Shiny
recognize
things.
as things that once belonged to your dear departed
Shiny
mother.
things.
May her aftertaste
They're my
resonate
favorite
with you forever.
They're
I wish.
120 feet away.
At this point, yes.
Oh no.
If only I were there.
Alright, I'm going to, you know what, last ditch effort, dash for my action, dash for my bonus action. It only gets me 60 feet, but...
Okay.
You're close enough to gesture.
You rush,
I feel really bad
rushing
about
down
it.
the pier as fast as your little legs can carry you.
Throw the fish.
Alright.
What is
Oh, my precious fish. It's a Zarth Snapper. It's one of the fish that exists, can manage to survive in the refuse river that basically carries all the waste away from central Zaranthurul, and they're known for their incredible fragrance and deliciousness. It's a particularly large one that may or may not be in the possession of Lars at this point in time, depending on how hungry they are or whether or not they've sold it.
So this isn't a pet, it's food.
Well, it can be both.
Or food or profit, either way.
Short-term pet, very much.
Warl.
I'm gonna get to the peak of the roof and look
Boom, boom, boom.
over.
And you can see the same thing. and
See
you
the boat, and I yell down, Lilac! They're getting away in a boat!
Lilac.
What are we going to do? I'm going to gesture by shooting some firebolts in that direction as a signal.
One firebolt hits the back of the boat, but there are about 8 goblins on the boat besides Cutthroat Mackenzie, frantically trying to get the thing going.
The name of the boat, the SS Good Time, gets burned and becomes the SS Good Tim. And
Lilac, you can't quite get to around the corner at this point.
I don't think that I'm going to be able to get in. Okay.
And in fact, it is at this point that you realize you've managed to deal with the one goblin that is left behind, but it is at this point that you realize that you're probably not going to be able to catch up with the boat. And as the boat moves to be about 120 feet away from the pier, and then even further as the wind catches it and it moves at speed away from that location.
Okay, I snarl at these two. You better left one of them alive.
I sit down dejectedly.
We need to know where they took Mother's things.
Well, I ran past them. There was still 2 alive when I went through, or 1 at least.
Oh no, they've disappeared off the map!
They're gone! I was gonna say.
They ran away. No, there are a couple of the one who got blinded in both eyes is still like
Okay,
flailing around back there.
It's just not the same.
Cutthroat Mackenzie sails away on the ship.
I'm just gonna can I just steal a boat real quick?
So you jump down, grab a little boat.
Yeah. And can I just see if I'll just try to paddle after them.
You grab a sailboat or a rowboat?
It's a sailboat.
Alright, awesome. You jump in the sailboat. Do you guys want to follow them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go in a rowboat.
Seems fairly straightforward.
Awesome.
I'll go in
do this.
a little one-person rowboat just going like,
Do anyone to sail? Nah, just come on. We'll figure it out.
Alright, Lars, give me a dexterity roll.
Dexterity.
Oh, this could be deadly if I fall out of this boat.
7.
You wrangle some ropes and get it in order. Unfortunately, Bolo's in the rowboat and making a significant headway at the moment.
Go, Bolo, go!
Bolo's rushing ahead of you in this small boat, and you're trying to wrangle this stuff together. Goran, you're all looking on as Lars is trying to make this boat do anything other than go in circles.
I'm thinking this is maybe not the best option, because if I fall overboard, I probably will sink with all of this finery. We're going nowhere! Lars, we're going nowhere! We need to go back and ask those stupid goblins where they've taken it.
No, I think this will work. If you just give me 2 more minutes, I'll be able to do this.
Alright, give me another dexterity. Bolo? Oh, you and Bolo's way ahead of you all there, little one person. It's like a little leather molded boat. There's a couple of oars. There's an old fisherman standing on the shore going, "Hey! Oh, yeah, that's a small boat. You know that." Do you know? Looks to you, you got the arm hanging out of your mouth. Do you know that hobgoblin? That stole my boat. You want to pay me for the boat?
Do you want to get the money for the boat?
I already paid for the boat. I don't need to get no money.
He's just eating an arm.
That's a mighty delicious arm you got there. I'll give you some money for the arm.
How much money?
Well, let's see. I've got a couple of loose teeth. All right, Lilac, any ideas? You've caught up. Everyone is now standing on the pier, either watching Bolo sail away, sail away, or Lars desperately trying to wrangle his sail ship.
How far away?
And in the background, there's the blind goblin going.
How far away is the boat they're chasing at this point?
240 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the blind goblin.
Okay. Hello, I can't seem to be able to see anything. Can you help me?
I grab him by the hair and throw him to the ground.
God, why? When will the
I don't like you! She says very loudly.
What?
Where did you take Mother's things?
I didn't. It was all Haggard Bigot's idea. He knew that the funeral was coming up, and you know that Warl was such a big mouth about all the things that she had and how you guys were gonna get all that good stuff.
Warl!
And so Haggard Bigot's had us come over here and steal it away from you, like we did. And if we didn't and we failed, well, that's okay. It's all water under the bridge, right? I mean, I'm still
well,
here.
It's certainly
surely.
water under the boat. Do I recognize the name of who did he mention?
Haggard Bigard is the person who runs Haggard the fungus farm. And it is a large fungus farm, and you work there. All of you have spent time working at the fungus farm in the past.
Not enough shiny things in the fungus farm.
So, where is the fungus farm, and do we know, like, how much property you own? Somewhere might store.
I've still got my employee ID.
You sure do.
Y'all! I think I might find out where it is. If y'all just want to come back here.
But I'm almost there.
You know what?
Bolo is almost there. It's just up the river. They're probably taking it to Haggard Bigot's farm because that was Cutthroat Mackenzie. He's the a-hole that runs the place.
We should definitely go there then.
Yeah. Can we walk there? Do we have to go by boat?
Are you still spinning around?
You realize give me a perception roll, please, Garin, Wal, and Lilac.
Wow, 18 is the
Bolo,
magic
you're way
number.
ahead of them.
20.
You think you might even be catching up. Give me a strength roll.
We've been holding you back all this time.
Saving or normal?
Say normal.
Yeah,
Normal?
Bolo could probably
12.
make some money
Okay.
as a gondolier.
Yeah, well, maybe catching up, maybe not.
His
I mean, a
personality
little
wasn't
from column
so
A, a little
terrible.
from column B.
if you weren't gonna.
Perception 20.
You
Always
realize
cat-type
that
the boat
the
at one point.
tether for the boat is still tied to the
Oh.
pier.
Lars, you're not going to go very far. This is still tied on.
Is that important?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't untie it, you stay there.
Well, I guess we can walk or something.
How would we usually get to work?
It's like when
Just
we
walk.
had the dog in the
There's a
backyard and it was on
bridge,
the
short
pole
walk.
and it
It's
would
like
just
a
go
15
around in
minutes.
circles. I think we could just walk there.
Yeah, we can walk.
Well,
They jump out of the boat.
Just swim back to shore.
I think I left my wallet back at home. I need to go get my ID.
okay. Well, you get whatever things remain in the house, and make your way up the road to a short stroll, looking very sad and a little bit upset. Bolo, every now and again you see Bolo still over in the refuse river going, I'm gonna get them! I'm gonna get them! And you kind of keep pace with Bolo as they row up. And by the time you finally arrive, you head up to the north. By the time you finally arrive at the fungus farm, it is about early afternoon. It's about midday. And beyond the smells of the refuse river, you start to catch some other scents sort of wafting over.
See, we're
Smells
almost here.
of fresh loam and dank mounds. The smell that you all affiliate with the farm. And as you all come to the bridge, you realize that you're now looking at a place that many of you left behind, quite happily left behind, in fact. And you look upon the fungus farm. Before you lies an all too familiar compound, a place where you toiled for years beneath the watchful eye of cruel overseers, laboring to harvest the sometimes edible, often deadly fruits of this dank field. It was at your mother's behest that you first came to work at Haggard Bigard's farm. You engaged in a simple pay-for-labor arrangement where the payment went directly from Haggard to your mother, and the labor was provided by your strong, young backs. Here you fell into a daily routine of harvesting fresh bloom knee-deep in the mound, stirring nauseating pots of toxic brew, or tending to the growth of viscous, bitey larvae. You will forever carry the scars of this place. Twisted spines, calloused hands, burns, lashes, and in your minds the screams of your weaker, less fortunate siblings who withered here and died. Now this all too familiar compound holds captive your birthright, the promise of a new future, clutched firmly in the nefarious claws of Haggard Bigard. And so you look over. This is a place that you know very well. You're familiar with the factory on the far east side, a place full of all of these toxic vats and brews which are used to generate the noxious poisons and products and edible goods and wines that have been sold on to the general population. You know that Haggard Bigard themselves lives in an octagonal hut near the center of the compound by a gate. And you know that Cutthroat Mackenzie roams in the compound with various other fungus gang members, making the most of the situation. In particular, Weil and Lilac, you're familiar with the antics of Doc Skolok, who's recently taken over the operations of a research facility in the factory where they brew a highly toxic form of the psychedelic fungus that grows in the mound.
Sounds like fun.
Now, in
It's
particular,
fun for a bit.
both Weil and Haggard Bigard, both Weil and Lilac, you're familiar with two secret entrances. While you know of a secret entrance, just a hole in the wall that's a little bit easy to get through, just down to the southeast, marked as number 10 on this map. And Lilac, you're familiar with one that leads in behind the factory, marked as number 8 on this map. Both little holes in the walls where rocks are loose, where various workers and people who go about their day-to-day business will smuggle goods for their own private use. So, the afternoon is yours. Weil and Lilac, you're running late for work.
Ah, jeez.
I haven't been here for
We're
years.
gonna get
It took
in
me
there.
hours to
Quick,
get the rust
Lilac.
off everything whenever I worked here.
We'll never hear the end of it.
So, how are we getting in? You two?
Oh, well, like, there's a hole in the back fence. I can show you.
Yeah, sounds
But
good.
only if we go really quickly because I have to get to work.
Run. Every minute comes out of our pay and I have not been paid
Yeah,
for years.
hurry up.
I think I owe them money at this stage.
So Lilac and Weil, you guys run off to the front entrance where you're greeted by Charlie the Ogre, who stands there and looks over a furrowed brow and stares at a stick that he has sticking perpendicular up from his wrist. They cast a stern shadow over one of his moles and goes, "Are you running a little bit late, don't you think?"
It's been a rough day.
Oh, commiserations on your mum, but that's no excuse.
No, I know it's no excuse.
Now
but
Haggard
can
Bigard's got a business to run.
we wouldn't want
It
to.
was just that she was really yummy, you know?
Oh,
Sure, you
yes.
understand.
was she?
You understand.
Well, very well. I hope you got a good feast out of it. I sure wish I was there. It's been a long time since I've been able to chow down on some older goblin. They all die so young around here. They just get better with age, you know.
Well, Mum was the tastiest. Anyway, we gotta get to work. See ya.
Bye, Charlie.
Right. So, they didn't want to show us where this hole is? We're just going to have to walk around until we find it.
Ah, we'll find it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
I telepathically remind Lost where the hole is. Remember, I told you it's round the back behind the factory.
Oh, yeah. We'll find it.
Yeah, every few feet I just kind of whack my mace into the wall. Kind of
What
see
kind
if
of
it's
wall
loose.
is it?
It is a 4-foot-high earthen and stone wall that is topped by a set of brambles. Now these brambles are thick, black, and nasty, and you know that they are designed to dissuade even the most tenacious goblin from getting over that fence.
If we can't find the hole, we can make a hole.
Let's find the hole first. I reckon we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to sneak down to the workers' sheds down the bottom and try and avoid. Cutthroat Mackenzie has it out for me.
Look, Cutthroat Mackenzie's going to be suspicious of you two, but he is expecting you at work, and as is the law in Goblin society, what's mine is mine. So legally, all's fair and fair and fair. So if they've stole the things, it's now yours, unless you can manage to take it back. They don't really mind you being around. But you guys come in and you head towards the workers' shack, Lilac. Which direction are you going in?
Do I have an allocated task, or am I just...
You can. So normally, well, you tell me. Would you guys tasked to work at the fungus farm on the mound, usually, which is denoted by the large circular structure to the west, or do you work in the factory? I mean, you go between both places, but you tell me where you are at the moment.
I say I go in the factory.
All right, awesome.
Expecting my friends to be coming through the back way.
While is more manual labor, being slightly bigger and stronger than the average goblin, and a bit furrier.
And not so smart.
Typically, Cutthroat being a total douchebag will get him to work on the mound, where most of the refuse can stick to his fur.
Awesome.
He's an a-hole.
All right, so you go up, and as you approach, you see the slick eyes of Cutthroat Mackenzie with a big smug look on his face as he stares down at you. Now, as you're walking through the farm, both of you pick up various chortle that's going on in the background. There are lots of workers sitting around, and in the background you hear things like, "Oh, Haggard Bigot struck it big. I always knew they was destined for greatness. Last night in the slums for Haggard Bigot. Whoa! Did you hear? Haggard Bigot swindled some poor gribbly out of their inheritance and the deed to a fancy house in the suburbs.
I hate to be those guys.
But they're planning one mother of a blowout tonight." So this kind of chatter is going on, and indeed everyone seems to be quite excited. The rumors are going around, and even through the fence you can hear people talking about this, guys, as you go around to the back of the fungus farm. And it seems like everyone's getting ready for a party, to which apparently even the workers are invited, because in the morning, Haggard Bigot is leaving to gain their inheritance, which is a house in the suburbs.
Ooh.
I'm gonna shift my shifty eyes around and see if I can see anything that resembles any of Mother's shinies. Where did they end up? Is Cutthroat, has he offloaded them?
As you are
Is he wearing a giant gold clock that he doesn't normally wear?
something along those lines, yes. There is a distinctive button necklace that your mother used to sport that is now hanging about his neck with a particularly large button in gold.
Oh, god damn it,
Around the
that
center.
looks good. Shit.
It's like, you like my necklace, don't you? I like it too.
Oh,
Suits me, doesn't it?
oh it does!
Yeah, well, you're late, so get to work. I expect double grubbins from you today.
Yes, sir. I'll trudge off to the mound.
You join a gang of other workers who give you commiserations, consolidations, and congratulations all at the same time. And you start working on a particularly fruity patch of uglu fungus. Alright, so back to the corner. You guys are scouting around the outside.
Dunk.
And give me a perception or investigation roll as you sort of like look around the outside of this wall to try and find the secret hole.
10 natural 20.
Yeah, you're like, it's around here somewhere. Look, there it is, right there. As you knock a brick aside, and a bunch of rubble just crumbles out of the way, and you see there's a hole just big enough for a goblin to sneak through, and with a little bit of wriggling, also a hobgoblin.
We should go first. We don't want you to block the hole.
Fine.
It's tough being a hobgoblin in a goblin's world.
Alright, I'll go first, all sneaky like.
Alright, awesome. You slide on in, and you manage to make your way through the hole without an issue. You're just at where the mound comes sliding down and meets up with the fence. You look around, there's lots of little growths around you. You see some white lump fungus, some yellow leaf going around. A bit of this, a bit of that. Nice
Anything
variety.
particularly either tasty or valuable?
Give me a D10 roll, please.
Eight.
Yeah, you look around, and apart from the delicious-looking crunch, which is always salty and tasty, you spy an outcropping of uglu around, which is the very shiny, yellow-topped, purple-colored psychedelic fungus that is not always amazing, can cause interesting effects, but also can be distilled into a very potent paralysis potion.
I'll take both, if that's cool.
Yeah, you get like 3 doses of each in your little hands, pop them in your pockets.
I'm going to slide on through and then go back up quickly and dust myself up as much as possible.
Also slide in, and then wriggling behind you. Front. And then Bolo also comes in. Now, I'd like you to make stealth rolls as you sneak in, because you notice that there is a guard tower in the central area, which is currently occupied by 3 goblins, but they are all quite distracted by the gossip, and they're talking amongst each other feverishly about the party and the arrangements. You have advantage on this roll because everyone is quite distracted.
10.
With advantage?
22.
Alright, well, good thing Mars increases your average. Now you're all able to move with relative ease through the...
All of you hide behind the tiny form of Lars and his giant fish.
I'm providing like a halo
Hold
of
the
light.
fish up like it's going through the, diving through the fungus.
And which direction would you guys like to head in your stealth? You kind of
closest
got the
building,
advantage
right?
of the roll of the mounds and the little shadows that are coming in down. at the
Yeah,
bottom
almost like behind that building.
Like
we
up
need
to
some
here?
cover.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So you managed to make your way around so that you're now situating yourself behind the workers' habitat. And again, you can hear the environment, you can hear people chortling in there, and you say, "Oh, I hear they're over in Haggard, a lot of the Fungus Gang members over in Haggard Bigot's hut right now. They're planning to go shopping and get all kinds of great things for the party. They're going to get a whole plains lizard to roast."
Haggard Bigot's hut. Where was Haggard Bigot's hut?
You all know that it is up to the northern side of the map. It is where Haggard Bigard is depicted. So, for reference, Haggard Bigard is this guy.
He is big.
Now he's big. He's really big. Can't believe we didn't notice him before.
But yes, Haggard Bigard is there. That is their hut. It is a wooden gazebo with 8 sides, a tiled roof, and it has curtains around the outside. You all know that it has 2 runs of curtains that form a central chamber in which Haggard Bigard sleeps. And those curtains, they're quite heavy, but they're also adorned with bells to try and stop people from sneaking in. Little iron bells. No, they're dull iron bells, but they make a tinkle.
Are those drapes very flammable?
They are oil drapes, and they could definitely be set on fire. They have a bit of protection. You'd have to put a concerted effort, but once they were going, they would start to burn up. They are designed as a housing. People don't always design their things from entirely flammable things, but they are oiled canvas, so once they get going, they will go.
Where's Lilac? Where's Wild? Can you see them?
You can look around. You guys can easily see Warl because they're one of the larger creatures in this fungus farm. They're sort of moving around and just working.
At a certain point, Wal will go to the bathroom and not come back.
Okay, so you just walk down there?
Yep,
Okay.
and then,
You turn around
Don't
and
you
take a
just
pee.
go there?
and then just sneak off the mound.
No. They have designated pots to pee in because the ammonia trade is actually quite a big business in Zaranthurul. So they have all their ammonia pots just kept out the back of the factory.
Sometimes it can be good for the growth of things.
Yeah, and they choose how they use it. Sometimes they'll just sell it off to the farmers.
That and filling pinatas with it.
And filling pinatas, a great thing for everybody,
Pea
really.
pinata.
Okay. So you head down and you find yourself in the central area. You guys see him coming along, of course. Lilac, what are you doing while all this is going on?
I believe I was making my way into the factory.
Yes. So you stroll inside.
And the character that's there, can you remind me who that is?
That is Doc Skolok, who has recently been hired on board in the last 6 months to help refine and perfect aspects of the operation. Now, as you stroll into the factory, we're going to go black for just a little minute.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Night falls.
We're setting up a pea pinata for us all.
Oh, no.
It's the greatest
How-
gift that you don't want to be there
I
when
know.
it's received.
How's your angel and devil going there, Lars?
Been quiet for a bit, but they've not necessarily been. They haven't been the worst. Haven't been the most helpful.
Just as a reminder to everybody who may have just joined us in chat, you can type in Lars all caps, and then after that make suggestions for what Lars may or may not want to do in the game. It is entirely optional. Lilac, you find yourself standing outside the factory, and you come into what is a
factory.
reasonably familiar space for you.
Oh.
You've been in here before. It is full of bubbling vats and containers. Some of the containers are full of the presses which are used to press the viscous, bitey grubs into a sticky, pulpy wine that is really has a high viscosity. And then there are others that are just full of fungus that are boiling away. There's a bunch of white lump that's being made into yeast. And to the north there, you can see Doc Skolok is standing there and has strapped this young goblin to a table and is standing over them with an eyedropper of their latest concoction, dripping it into their eye as an experiment. Now this is a cage across here that is obscuring, that stops you from getting in, and there is a door that is locked.
Cool. Okay, I watch the procedure for a moment with curiosity. And then I walk over to one of the other workers or guards around.
Yep. Your choice,
And-
worker or guard. Guards are always more sympathetic. Workers tend to be like, work, work. Our workers are more sympathetic. Guards are more like, work, work.
Okay, I walk over to another worker and I go, hey, here, there's a party tonight.
You're like, yeah, it's so good. I mean, they're going to get a whole bunch of things. They're making a shopping list over at Haggard Pickett's room right now. They're going to send a bunch of people away to get things like slime rats and, of course, plains lizards. And there might even be some grass fruit wine. Oh, I'm so excited. Even if I only get leftovers, I'll get a night off. Oh, it's so good.
And what's the party for? Are you going? Where is it?
No, Haggard Pickett struck it big. He's got a deed to a house in the suburbs. He's going to move up tomorrow morning at dawn. He's going to take off in this. We're loading up some wagons for him right now, so he can take all his stuff, and he's going to move with a bunch of people off to a shiny big manor house in the suburbs.
Huh, okay. So you going?
Oh, I hope so. I think he might only pick a hand-picked bunch of trusted associates. I'm lucky I'll be able to go up there. I always wanted to live in Leech Dart myself. I've just got such a penchant for slime rats. They're so tasty.
Anyway, we should probably get back to work, huh?
Yeah. Oh, did you pass me that big ladle?
No, I have to go out. There was this thing I had to do outside.
He falls into the vat, and
And
another of the
I-
workers just quickly pushes him down. A couple of bones rise up.
Thanks for taking care of that.
So you stroll back out into the yard.
I'm gonna go and look for some of my siblings because I have some ideas.
All right, awesome. So,
And then I feel like I can't face these guys by myself. That's probably a pretty bad idea.
yes, you certainly are potentially going to have some issues, but who knows? Who knows?
Maybe I'm.
Meanwhile,
Quick
while
sneak around that building.
you have gone to pee, yes, so I'm going to say that we're back over here on the larger map so we can see where things are more easily. And the three of you guys are snecking around the back of the building. And you come out here just in time to see Lilac pop out of the factory. And you get their attention, I take it?
Yeah.
I like sniff the air. and then scuttle over to them.
Subtle.
So, there's a party, right? There's a party. So that means that, like, some people are going to be sent away, which could be, like, a really good time for us to, like, do something. I don't know. They're getting an inheritance, and they took our inheritance, and maybe we could take their inheritance. There's, like, a house?
But, house.
A house.
What about the shiny things?
Like a big house, not just, like, a one-bedroom house. Imagine.
Are they? Is the big Kahuna taking anyone with him?
I guess. I don't know. I could ask. I guess I could ask. Do you want me to go ask?
Yeah, I mean, you do what you want.
I look around.
Alright, you look around.
I see Whirl, and I run up to Whirl.
Whirl's like just taking a peek.
Whirl.
What?
Do you know who
What?
they're taking with them to the party? The others are asking. I drag Whirl back to the party. guys, Whirl knows. Whirl.
I don't know anything.
I mean, is he? Because if he's moving, is he taking anyone from here with him?
Well, I said I don't know.
Hang on.
He's gonna
Hang on.
take.
No. Just. They got an inheritance and we lost our inheritance. Anyone finding some sort of idea about this?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Took our inheritance.
Our inheritance.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page
Okay,
with this.
yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah.
All right, yeah. So, we should get it back. And we don't want them to move before we get it back. I don't want to work for him.
No.
Don't get it back. Let's just say theoretically. It's too hard, and we've got so much good life here.
Well,
So much good life.
Our lives are terrible. You left here. I have to work on the mound. Look at my fur.
I can smell you
I
already.
lick myself clean
The patches of mange
every
showing.
night. Even my fleas are dying.
I'm just saying, maybe we could more leech onto something rather than steal it back. You
Well,
know?
maybe instead of leech on, we latch onto something. We eat Haggard Biggard and take his inheritance. It will become our inheritance again.
Yeah. Where do you think he could hide it? I could
We
break
could
in
eat
and
him.
steal it.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
we rip him apart tonight and then he won't be able to move up there?
And then we also eat the giant plains lizard that they're going to be roasting as well.
Oh, that sounds good.
Does sound good.
It's like a proper fancy degustation affair.
I want
Are
to
there
get those
any
buttons back.
like guards around who are obviously getting ready to go and get these supplies and
So,
stuff?
as you guys are standing there, just hanging out, you look over to Haggard Biggard's hut and you see a bunch of people come out and they're looking at lists and stuff like that, and it looks like they're just like pointing to each other and each other's lists. And 3 goblins look like they're running off and heading towards the front entrance, and they're going to pass you guys shortly.
I point at them and look at everyone meaningfully.
I go and get them.
Do I have to use my telepathy, guys?
I go up to the guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rush up to them.
Yeah.
You're like, who the hell are you?
I
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm one of the trusted associates of
The Fungus King.
the Fungus King.
Gang.
Gang.
Make a deception roll.
Five.
No, you're not. You're one of the kids.
Yes.
Zitzi Harrow.
All right, so I'm
you're
not-
here to steal back what we rightfully stole. We're gonna
No,
get you.
I'm not. Okay, so I'm not trusted yet.
Oh my god!
But
Rawr, look
I-
out! He's running for the alley! Chase him!
I'm not trusted yet. But if I tell you where my siblings are hiding right now, could I be trusted?
What? Your siblings are hiding?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion roll.
Well.
Steady improvement.
Throwing us under a bus.
Nah, you're a thief, and you'll always be a thief. What were you saying, Well?
Quick, come over here and get him! He's getting into the alley!
Alright, so
Okay. I'm gonna try to hide, I guess.
Alright, you make a quick dash. They are both gonna try and grapple you, which they do.
Are we out of sight of the main area?
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
point?
yeah.
As this is going down
Around the corner.
behind
Fabulous.
the factory between it and the fence,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to let them go past, and then I'm going to decapitate one of them. Oh, down, away from the towards the fence.
So you were here,
So
just
we're
for
more secluded.
reference, and you were talking to this goblin out there, and these guys were all like hiding in the corner out of sight. And then Wild stepped out and's like, they're running towards the alley.
They're gonna run away.
And then they've grappled you.
Yep. I'll try to get out of the grapple.
All right, awesome. Give me a strength roll.
Oh no. 7.
Unfortunately, equal is not enough. So even though there are two goblins, they are still holding you down. You're trying to wriggle out of it.
I'm going to cast command on the one that's holding him down the most,
Yeah.
Lars down the most, and I'm going to say, let go and have your lunch break.
Oh, I'm really hungry. I should probably go and eat lunch. Let's go. Stands up and walks off.
I'll run up and grab the other arm in place of the other one, but subtly get my fleas to jump on the guy.
The guy goes,
infesting him.
and starts scratching wildly and running in random directions.
Quick!
Where are you running
Down
to?
behind the factory.
Down behind the factory.
You are now all once more hiding down behind the factory where you were just a moment before.
Guys, I just want to say that was super cool. And then I wink at everyone else really openly.
Thanks. I love you guys, and I would never sell you out.
Oh, Lars.
Such a happy child.
We know.
I give Lars a really strong pat on the back that sends him flying.
Okay. Can we? Are the goblins leaving? Maybe we should trail them.
So
Where
three
they
the three
go.
goblins are leaving. Well, one has obviously gone to catch their to have their lunch break, but I would like you to make a luck roll. Actually, your secret friend, your secret friend whispers in your ear, is like, look on the ground. Someone seems to have dropped something.
Lilac looks distant for a moment, and then she starts giggling. She's like, guys, I think I might have found something on the ground, maybe, but maybe in the future I found something on the ground. Let's see what happens.
And you can catch sight of a little flitty yellow piece of paper.
I
in the mud.
pick up the piece of paper.
It appears to be a shopping list. What's your intelligence?
This is an excellent question. It is 13.
Oh, you can actually read it.
I
it
read
says,
the list, and I look at everyone as I read it aloud. Remember, guys.
Skills I have.
3 large bottles of grass fruit wine, and 1 and 7 skewers of crunch rat. That's all.
It looks like this is what they were meant to get, so we can probably figure out where they were going. Also, are there many guards left on the compound? Can I see
All in all,
vaguely?
there are 20 guards in the compound, but
And
they're
only
in
3 of
various
them-
places. They're
And 3 of them are sitting.
Yeah, 3 of them have gone off to go and do their things. 2 of them you didn't. Well, one of them stops scratching wildly and is now kind of looking around for you, but then looks at their piece of paper and realizes they're running late and then scuttles out. And the other one who didn't get distracted has already left.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this looks like a shopping list. This must be where they're going. They must be getting these things. These things.
I love crunch
These
rats.
things.
Do we pretend to be helping with the party?
Maybe we have the things, or we know where they're going for the things. One or the other.
But
We might already have the things and then be delivering the things to a room or a house or a building.
And then we can eat him.
We need a box that's big enough for one of us to fit in, and then one of us gets in the box, and then we deliver the box with one person in it to the building where the party's going to be, and we already have someone inside.
I'm into it, but can the box be shaped like a horse?
Would my mending work?
I can mold earth. We can do this.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to be in a box, or not be in a box. Deliver a box.
Who's the best at eating?
Me.
A vicious showdown ensues.
What do I need to eat?
Who's the best at pulling people apart?
Are you suggesting you should get
You
in the
are.
box? It's gonna be really heavy.
Just say that you bought too much food.
We could put the box in a wheelbarrow.
Yes.
There's a lot of wheelbarrows around here.
There definitely are a lot of wheelbarrows.
Do we know where
Not
to
all of
find?
them are filled
Do we
with
know where
manure.
we'd find the items in the list?
So
one of them, you already have one.
Everyone can give me a history roll for your local lore. And anyone who has an urchin background can have an advantage on that roll.
God.
Well, that's a 21.
Oh, yes, also 21. I like shopping.
I like crunch rats.
You know an awesome place to get the best grass fruit rind around.
Oh, crunch rats.
You love your crunch
Oh.
rats, and you have a guy.
They're
who
ratty and crunchy. Oh.
They sound really good.
So yeah, you got some hookups.
We just need like a layer of it at the top, and we could eat that as a celebration when we
Now
get
we-
everything back.
We just need some cash.
Okay, so you all
You
pat
left your
down your
wallet at
pockets, and
home.
you can all roll a d6.
Oh, what have I got? What have I got? I got 3.
5.
You have
Two.
that many copper pieces each.
1.
Oh man, I can maybe afford.
Thus, while you were all hoping to get your hands on that inheritance,
Oh,
Do I have my fish?
damn it!
Can I sell my fish?
give me a sleight of hand roll.
Don't you just go in and say you work for Haggard Bigot and you get it and you get to take it?
What do you think this
Natural
society runs on credit?
I do work for
Um,
Haggard Bigot.
you-
I could do it.
You've got identity cards that say you do, right?
Yeah.
You could do, but then Lars accidentally, out of force of habit, stole the wallet of the person who was accosting them while they were being accosted.
Oh, Lars, you make me so proud. Yeah. So, we should have a bit of. We should be fine now.
Looks like there's enough. There's probably about 50 gold in there,
Oh.
enough for some large jars of grass fruit
Damn.
wine and a bunch of slime rats.
Alright, so
Okay,
we need to walk
let's
out
do
of
it.
here with a wheelbarrow.
Slime rats are also good. They're so slimy.
Can we make?
So ratty.
Do we have to climb out back through the fence, or can we go in the wheelbarrow?
And you guys can make you have 2 people who are supposed to work here.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So maybe some of us can go in the wheelbarrow and some of us can
And-
go out the back fence.
you also know that there is another exit through just out the back of the factory, just over to the east, which is marked with the 8 on this map. Well, not the map that you have, sorry. It's marked with the 8 on the map that you will have in just 1 second. There you go.
Do we want to just walk out the back of the fence and you guys leave with a wheelbarrow?
Yeah, I have a
Because
way.
think
We
it
can
needs to
go
be
this
empty
way.
and
Follow
open,
me.
Mm-hmm.
so it's not suspicious yet.
All right, so some of
Yeah.
you go through the fence, and the rest of you go out. The 2 of you, so Weil and Lilac, grab a
Mhm.
wheelbarrow, just walk out. And Charlie's like,
Do
"Oi,
it.
that's Fungus Farm property."
Time is money. The party doesn't wait for anybody. We got
Oh,
some
I
crunch
don't
rats.
like parties.
Wouldn't be a party without crunch rats.
And you guys all rendezvous in the street. So, where do you guys want to go first? Or are you going to split up and do your different things?
Nice.
We should get the crunch rats last, because if they're not fresh, they're not best.
Yep. So, what he said, why don't we...
The grass fruit is pretty good.
There's nothing worse than a party with stale crunch rats.
That's very true.
Slightly warm grass fruit is quite nice.
Body temperature.
Yeah, you want to let it air for a bit.
So we'll go as a group and come back for the crunch rats, and then we'll go to the party.
Yay! And
Yay,
they get our
party.
inheritance back.
As
That's-
long as I get to rip him up.
We'll get a large box for you to hide in.
Yes, we need a box. This is a crucial part of the plan. I can't believe I forgot that already.
All right, so you all go in different directions at once.
Quick to the
All right,
crunch rats.
so
and box
who is going for the
district.
crunch rats?
Me.
Who's going to the box district?
Oh, me, because
Box
I've got to get a box. Oh, actually, no,
We
because I
can
know
go
the grass
together.
fruit.
Oh, no.
I'll go with you to the box district.
All right,
Okay.
and who's picking up the crunch rats?
Come on, Lilac.
Yeah, okay.
We can eat some on the way.
Awesome. All right, and you go your separate directions and engage in your shopping exercise. You have enough money. You managed to get all the things that you need.
Shopping.
It's really
Give
not
me all your
that
money.
much of an issue
Hang on a
to
minute.
collect
Wait.
all
I
of
need
the
it.
things, and you rendezvous.
I haggle and make sure I get more change that I can put in my own pocket.
Yeah, awesome. Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. Ooh, 15.
Yes, you start out with definitely more. You have many more goods and excess coin. You gain 3 gold out of your transaction.
And I'm chinking even more.
I haggle and try and get more crunch rats.
I do that
Give
on
me
our
a-
behalf.
3.
You guys, excellent. You're very busy haggling with the young son of the person who's making the slime rats, while Lilac talks to the
I
person
talk
making
to
the.
them. Yeah. Oh, nope, not even that much better.
Price of slime rats have gone up today. I'm terribly sorry. Slime rats, I mean crunch rats. If you want slime rats, well, you know I could give you a discount, but unfortunately, I just can't. The rats have been all farmed out these days. This isn't the city where rats run rife all through the sewers, you know. We gotta work hard for every rat we get.
I nod sympathetically.
Okay.
And then I try and use sleight of hand to make sure I give
Give me a sleight of hand roll to steal extra.
Oh, 13.
Yeah, he's pretty busy looking at other things, and while it's distracting the attendant, so
I'm dribbling over a rack of crunch rats.
yeah, you walk away with like 3 bushels of crunch rats on sticks. There's like 6 on each stick. They're like long wooden skewers, and you're walking away with them. Got them all bundled into the wheelbarrow, and head back. And you all rendezvous. Oh, and you guys head to the box district. So you go to the
Lars and
Yeah.
you guys go to the box district.
One
and-
hobgoblin box, please.
Yeah,
Just yay high, yay wide.
and yeah, they have wooden boxes.
Pretty
Photo of
angry.
my
What type
brother.
of wooden box are you looking for?
A big one.
Now, wooden boxes are more expensive than stone boxes because stone is much more plentiful. Clay boxes are even cheaper.
get a pea pinata while you're there.
I don't know if they have that at the box district.
Oh, we can't really steal
Technically,
one
you can
because they're
say that.
really big. You know what? We'll take a nice wooden box, and then I'm going to try to pickpocket the money back.
All right, awesome. Well, you're going to have to try and pickpocket some money first. Can you give them the money for the goods?
Oh,
So the only
yeah,
person who has
alright.
excess money is Garin at the moment.
Okay, I'll pickpocket money first.
Or we could take a box, put it over us, and then walk.
Out.
True.
15.
All right, cool. So you managed to swipe about 5 gold worth of purses on the way there.
Cool.
You managed to give me a stealth roll to try and sneak under a box.
11.
Now give me an intimidation roll to try and be so scary that they're not even going to want to see you getting away with the box.
3.
Oh.
Hey, what are you doing with that box?
Hiding.
Okay, so you stay in the box. All right, but you hide over here if you're hiding in that box.
I'll get him to count to
Don't
20.
take my box away.
Okay,
I
so
worked hard to build that
I
box.
walk over there
While the box.
while the box is over me,
Uh-huh,
towards the sound of his voice,
uh-huh.
and then I pick up the box, and then I tackle him.
He's like, oh god, you're a big one. Ah!
It's a classic game of hide and seek.
Okay, so inside you just like drop the box on top of him, and then you're wrestling him inside of the box. And a little bit later, there's like a burp sound, and the body is like ejected from the box.
Look, we got ourselves a box.
All right.
And you have more money now, too.
Yeah, you know what? Everything's on the up and up. Let's go.
We had to measure it for size too, so that's helpful.
All right, awesome. You take your box, and you all rendezvous once more, but this time just outside of the fungus farm, probably about a block away.
Yeah, because we want to go via the front gate because we're all legit now.
What's the plan?
Well, we put Bolo in the box. We put a layer down. We put some of the grass fruit in, and then
Is it a
The 2
wooden
bushels
box?
of crunch rats?
Yes,
Yeah.
the wooden box.
With a
Highly
couple
coveted
missing.
wooden box.
well, we put it all in the wheelbarrow because
Mhm.
none of us are gonna be able to carry that lump. And then we go, and you go through the front gate, and we go through the back gate, and then we see where you have to deliver it to.
Okay.
And then you just go in, and then you kill everything and let us in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good plan.
You could let us in before you kill everything, and then we could also snap.
Yeah, I was about to say, is Bolo capable of killing everybody?
Of course.
Sounds like a
If
good
you're
plan.
optimistic, just open the door, and we'll come in and help you.
I would have said someone a bit smaller and quieter would have been a better option, but if we want to hack and slash,
Mother always did say that your enthusiasm was your best trait, Bolo.
Well, I guess
Right.
couldn't you just open the door when you deliver it?
Getting in isn't the problem. You've already been in there.
No, in where the party's going to be.
The party's in the yard.
Well,
I thought it was in a room, but you have to store the stock somewhere, and that's probably where all the other things are, right?
Maybe.
Because you don't want to just leave it out in the yard all day, otherwise everything's going to go off. And I mean, room temperature grass fruit's fine, but stinky room temperature grass fruit, not so good.
so why do we want to go to the party?
So we can eat him.
Oh, okay. It makes sense now. Okay, I got it, guys. I'll get us into the party by giving him these things he wanted. That's
All
the
right.
plan, right?
So we put no one in the box. Things we want in the box. And we get an invite to the party. Through
I think
bribery.
Yeah, let's do it.
okay.
And put it in the box for when he attacks us.
Put you in the box. But when
Oh,
I
me?
attack,
Yeah, I can go in a box with him. Yeah, I'll hide.
That was my box.
I get to hide.
I wanted to hide.
Let's just go in. We can do this. I don't even know why at this point we actually bought food.
We can both go in the box.
Yeah, so we're located out the front, and we're making a decision about whether or not we go inside to the party.
Yeah.
When is the party due to start? How far away?
Probably in about 3 hours at this point.
So we have some time, but we're delivering things because we thought that would be able to get us an end to the
Well,
back
maybe we
of
can find
the
out where stuff
situation.
We're still sitting out here with all this stuff.
Right, let's put Bolo in the box.
The longer we
Okay,
wait out here, the fewer crunch rats we're going to have to buy our way into the party. Just saying. Oh, it's so crunchy.
Are there any guards around?
Well, I mean, Charlie's just on the other side of the gate, but no one's outside.
Maybe Lars, you should
Oh,
go in
you're
the
sitting
box.
there and you see, like, there's another guy putting away. There's a group of 3 goblins who they seem to be hauling a wagon, or one of the fungus gang member who went away first is coming back, and you see him hanging off the side of a wagon where this older hobgoblin's in there and getting a lizard to sort of draw the wagon along, and then behind it is this giant dead plains lizard just draped over the back.
Oh, man.
Right, we should put Lars in the box. And then follow in with this troop.
Yeah, I think so.
Why does Lars get to go in the box?
I jump in the box.
We put everything on top
Okay.
and we close it up.
Unfair.
I console Bowler by making like puppets with my hands. Look, they can fight each other.
Ooh. How do I do that?
And then we start following behind the other
Alright,
people
cool.
coming in for the party.
So-
And I try to look less conspicuous.
How?
I take off like one bit of shiny on one side and put it in my pocket.
Huh. Okay, cool.
And then like 5 seconds later, take it out, dust it off.
Everyone is very distracted by the plains lizard, and like that's the
Yeah,
big
that's what I was
thing. Like,
thinking.
as the cart goes in, everyone's like, oh, whoa, everyone's like leaning out. You even see Haggard Bigot like stick his head out of his tent, going, oh, very excited about this. I am. And you guys managed to stroll in reasonably uncontested, and it looks like they're taking the plane. They take the plains lizard straight to a central fire pit.
Right. Gonna deliver all our food. We've got crunch rats. We've got grassfruit wine. Where do you want it?
Cries are out, oh, bring it straight over here. So the Haggard Bigot's like, oh, bring it over here. And they said, puts it over, like, pop the grassfruit wine down by just outside their house, closest to their house. At which point you notice that there's about like a 2-foot gap underneath Haggard Bigot's house. It's raised off the ground.
Ooh, you put the box down.
You put the box down next to the gap.
Sideways, so the opening goes only out underneath the house.
We go into the house.
Who's in the box?
Lars.
Sadly.
Alright, awesome. And where do the rest of you guys go?
I telepathically say to Laz, let us know what's going on in there, okay?
Well, can I send a telepathic reply?
No.
Oh, great.
That's not how it works, but I think Lilac thinks it works that way.
Waz
People
is
are
going
always
to,
weirdly compliant.
Waz is going to whistle nonchalantly and act a bit like a lookout.
Okay.
I'm going to walk around the back of the building. So between the fence and the building.
Alright, we're gonna, seeing as you guys are doing detailed engagement.
We don't even know what's
in
happening,
this
but we're making a lot of
situation,
movements.
We're gonna have a look at this. We're gonna have a look at this situation. So, and where does my light go now? So you guys are all in the central area, which is the common area outside of Haggard Bigot's place and across from the workers' shack, where things are going on. Behind you, a bunch of goblins are preparing the plains lizard to go in the fire pit.
Looks suspiciously like chicken.
Yeah, I mean, all lizards were chicken at one point, right? And the 2 big jars of grass fruit wine go down here, where these barrels are. Just there and there. And Lars, they get you to pop the box full of crunch rats down just over here by these piles of wood. And if I'm just going to say, one of the piles of wood was moved out of the way, and you're now there. And then Cutthroat Mackenzie steps up. It's like, aha! So, you brought a priest of Ting to bless the occasion as well. Very thoughtful of you, and I thought you guys might be resentful. Are you hiding yourself in any way, shape, or form, Bolo?
No.
Okay. Does he recognize you? He goes, Oi! Didn't you get in a fight with me that one time? I know you. You're one of those troublemakers. They don't work here. Who's this scumbag doing here for?
What scumbag? I don't see him. I start scratching. And I send a bunch of fleas over to Cutthroat Mackenzie as surreptitiously as I can.
Damn it! Oh, God!
Oh, it's our lot in life.
Okay, while he moves randomly in a direction for approximately 6 seconds, what do you do? He's obviously recognized you, and you're not invited to this party.
Okay. Well, you know, I fight with people all the time. That's my job. So, I'm just trying to do my job. You do your job. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone.
Fucking, what? But your job's to fight. Does that not mean you're here to fight?
No, if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone.
Give me a persuasion roll.
It's part of the celebration to Ting!
You can have advantage.
Hold up.
The abrasive person in our party is good at persuasion.
You tried telling him that.
12.
Oh,
Like,
so
It's a shiner! Ting likes everything shiny, and if enough people get shiners, you're all blessed by Ting.
give me a persuasion roll, please.
That's strange.
Damn.
Wow.
That would be 21.
They should
He's
become
like-
a lawyer.
Oh, I guess a good fight would be really nice. Something you would pound the crap out of someone. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
We can make it a main event even.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I didn't think about that, but I reckon they'd love to see one of Zitzy's children get the crap beaten out of them. That'd be awesome. Maybe you can fight Charlie. Oi! Pong, 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 pong.
Oh no.
Charlie! This guy Bolo wants to fight you. Oh, you know how I don't like fight. No, it's only bare knuckle. It's just a few love taps. Oh, I guess if it's just bare knuckle, I could do that. Starts taking off his heavy gloves and throwing him to the ground, showing off his bare, calloused knuckles with calluses on calluses and cracks and scars. It's like, oh, I gotta grease them up before I get into this.
Oh, no.
Otherwise, they don't move so good.
Oh, you don't need to rush. It has to be at the right time, otherwise Tim will not be satisfied.
All right, well, you let me know. I'm going back to work.
And I'm gonna like sprinkle some glitter out and around me and kind of, you know, like I'm preparing some sort of ceremonial kind of, and
Cool.
all around the outside of the fireplace.
And while you're doing that, I'll use my control frame cantrip to make like the fire go brighter when you move
Yeah,
past
you start
it.
like doing it, and everyone's like, "Oh, wow, cool!" They're like really getting into it, the engagement of the situation. Everyone's like super excited. Another of the goblins comes back with a big bag of colored fabric that people are putting up and bunting around the place. Yes.
Can I sneak into the building?
All right. And while all of this is going on, Lars is in a small box.
It's actually a big box.
Okay. What else is in the
terrible.
box? All right. So Lars, you're just behind the woodpile, or next to the woodpile. You're in a box.
And there's room under the building.
And you're like, ooh, and you sort of look in and you can see that under the building there is a gap. So, you like to and crawl in. Now you're not inside the building, so like, but don't
Don't look.
look. Let's do it this way. You crawl around underneath. Give me an investigation roll. Like,
2 or 20.
No, it's gonna be a 15.
Oh, way to prove me wrong.
all right. So you very
Use
quickly
that reverse
ascertain that
psychology
there are
option.
around the middle of the structure. There are a couple of loose boards. You'd probably be able to pry away enough to be able to slip in.
I would like to do that.
You, however, can make a perception roll.
Oh no!
Welcome to Rogue Town.
That's a solid 8.
Yeah, there might be someone up there. Who knows? All right. So you know, like, push aside a thing, and you hear this. Give me another perception roll. Possibly a more important perception roll.
Yay, 17.
Hear someone say, "What's that?" Shink! Draw a blade. You've just like popped it up a little bit. And it's like, you hear some like fossicking around and moving boxes and looking around to see if they can. I swear I heard something. And it goes, plomp, plomp, plomp. You recognize it as the sound of Haggard Bigot, who must be in that central chamber. But you are directly underneath it.
You just aggroed the boss, but then there's only like the alert, you know, when you weren't in line of sight. He just went back to his patrol.
And you can see that it's like you're looking through the cracks now, and you can see that there's one other fungus gang member in the room, and Haggard Bigot's like, "Oh, that's great that everything's arrived. Oh, I'm so excited. This little box is amazing. This thing that I've tied around my neck. Oh, no one will ever take this away from me. I deserve this. Oh, I deserve to get out of this swallowed hole for years. Oh, I've toiled all my life. I stole this farm fair and square, and I ran it, and I stole the recipes for extra fungus wine off other people, and now I'm getting places. I'm going places. I'm gonna be someone. I'm gonna have my own fancy manor house in the suburb. Oh, I'm gonna get all the people to work for me, not just you scumbags, but real fancy workers. They're gonna wear tight little vests with so many buttons on them. So many buttons on that vest. When I get a vest, I'm gonna have even more buttons on it.
Only my conscience was talking to me, but
What should Lars do? Just to remind everyone watching, you type Lars in all caps in the chat, and then make suggestions to Lars.
Lars will know what to do.
Lars will know what to do. Poor Lars.
Need some thinking.
I just wanna sit and wait for a bit, if that's okay,
Yep.
under the floorboards.
You chill out and wait around, see what may happen next. In the meantime,
Oh, collecting tides.
Every now
for
and
tea.
then you just get a message from me being like, so what's happening? Oh, I see. Playing it all silent and cool.
Meanwhile,
wow, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get away from Cutthroat Mackenzie as much as I can.
Tides for tea.
Ting. All right, cool.
Holding out a
Well,
bowl.
Cutthroat Mackenzie has other things to do. They're like busy preparing things. They have to make sure there's no cheese at the bottom of the grass fruit wine, and that the plains rat is in good order. He comes back in though and starts looking at the plains lizard and the 2 or 3 other fungus farm workers who are busy sort of helping out there. Just wrangling it, overseeing it with the chef. So this is our chef here. They keep referring to him as stupid for some reason. It's this old disheveled tiefling, missing a lot of teeth.
Huh?
I know this goes against my...
Isn't the fire pretty though?
It's great.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Sorry, what was that?
I really want to eat this, but so does everybody else. In the factory, they've got all sorts of horrible, horrible things.
That's a good point.
Maybe we could do something to it.
The factory.
To the everything.
Oh yeah, we can
And
make
as you
everyone
say
go to other
everything,
lands.
You look around and you see that in fact there are quite a few things set up. This spread is looking reasonably impressive. You can see that there are 3 pots of stew just hanging out there. There's 2 large vats of 1 vat of grass fruit wine and 1 vat of the viscous purple wine that's made from the bitey grubs that grow in the mound. And then over on the left-hand side, there's 1 large rat and a table full of slime rats and a table full of crunch rats. Well, full of what was left of the crunch rats. You see another goblin standing there going, I swear there were more crunch rats than this. Jeez.
My head is temporarily clear. I'm chock full of crunch rats.
We should go to the factory.
Let's go to the factory, see what we've got.
Alright, awesome. So you guys neck off.
Sneak away.
And Bolo, what are you doing? You can just prepare for fights? Prepare for the performance later?
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Didn't you say you needed me for some shiny thing?
Yes, you need to stay here and be blessed, ready for the fight.
Oh, god damn
Is it gonna make me fight better?
Yeah, and you can help get the tides for Ting, because if anyone doesn't look like they want a tithe, you can, like, make them want a tithe.
Oh.
It's one of your specialties.
I'll do that then.
Awesome. Well, in the meantime, Lilac and Wal sneak away and make their way across the way to the factory. Are you guys going through the front door?
Yeah, we work
Yeah.
here.
We're showing badges.
Yeah, we work here.
Yeah, you do work there. Okay, if you stroll on in. Doc Skolok seems to be washing his hands and taking a seat in the corner of this room. And you see the small goblin on the table who is just spinning out.
He's in a better place now.
Besides the guard in front of the door, are there any others?
There are
the
guards
parties?
in the factory, but it's not like you aren't supposed to be here.
What's that that giant thing with the press?
That is where they press the viscous bitey grubs, and it looks like they've just filled it up with a whole boatload of bitey grubs. You know that they're capable of stripping a goblin's carcass in seconds, and they haven't pressed them yet because they like to have them ferment for a while. They've put them in there, and they're waiting for them to slowly die.
Are there any vats containing interesting experiments that this doctor is doing that I'm aware of?
There are, but they are in the lab, and as you look over, you can see just on the shelf behind the encounter.
His body is floating nervously.
Really having an out-of-body experience. So just up here on this shelf, there are 4 green containers that are full of a highly concentrated version of the Uhu fungus, which is the psychedelic paralysis.
I'm gonna walk over to the guard and be like, "Hey, aren't you going to the party you said before?"
Yeah, I'm going to the party. I'm so excited. Gonna eat me as much plains lizard and gizzards as I can.
They told me I should take over your shift. I should, take over so you can go to the party.
Hold on, so you're not a fungus gang member, are you?
Well, no, but I might be soon if I do this right.
Oh, that's a good point. Well,
Oh, actually, that was 19.
alright, well, I've always thought you had it in you and you're an up-and-comer, a real goblin like us. So, I'm not surprised that that's the case. But let me give you a few pointers. I gotta show you how you really gotta look after the factory. And he starts taking you on a guided tour of the factory to show you how it's done.
Lilac stays very wide-eyed and interested.
Okay,
What?
awesome.
And what does that one do?
Alright, so they waft away. And while you are left alone.
The vat full of bitey things. What are the legs holding the vat in place like?
There are 6 relatively sturdy wooden legs.
You say relatively sturdy.
Give me an intelligence roll. I know it's your strong point.
17.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, they are stuck in there, but there's one leg in particular that if you gave a really hard knock to with a solid mallet, like the one that you saw, they've got a bunch of solid mallets all over this place. They keep a bunch of miscellaneous, just out the back, actually through this back door, just in front of you. They keep a bunch of tools.
Fantastic.
Just in that little yard area, if you wanted to grab a heavy mallet and one solid knock, and that whole vat of bitey grubs would go swarming out of the factory.
Okay, I'm going to sneak out the back and get it.
Awesome.
There's never a bad time to have a swarm of bitey grubs going all through the factory.
Alright, you just duck out the back of the factory. You find a large mallet. You come back in. By this point, Lilac, you've finished giving the goblin's been like, and that's how you gotta look after the factory. Pay particular attention to anyone who's all those workers. The workers are the worst. They think they're tuppence, they're not being paid enough, and they can take whatever they want. You gotta check the soles of their shoes. You gotta check in and around their nether regions and make sure they're not sneaking out with any produce.
Yeah, they are the worst. And I
hate
try and
those
keep him
workers.
distracted while I gesture to.
Well, and then he goes, but good luck on your first shift. I'll see you at the party, I take it.
Yeah, I'll see you at the party. Yeah. And then I turn around to Twirl and say, what are you doing here? Aren't you meant to be working? What?
I'm not trying to unionize!
I should explain to you how this factory works.
Will that help me being an up-and-comer?
Meanwhile, Lars, you are beneath the factory and you listen, wait, you wait, and you listen. I mean, half of this is really the waiting game. And as you sit there and you wait, and you listen, you hear, oh, time to empty myself so I can fill myself up. And creak, 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 and you hear the sounds of Haggard Figured leaving the room.
Okay,
Give me a perception roll.
Perception?
Mhm.
Natural 20. I don't know.
You are aware that the room is now completely empty. You can hear the sounds of one other goblin in the chamber between the curtains,
That's right.
creaking around.
I'm going to rustle through all the chests and things and just see if there's any quick shinies I can take. I'm particularly interested in buttons because I feel cheated from earlier.
Okay, well you pop up. The first thing you see sitting on the pile is that small bag of shiny buttons that was taken. And then you recognize a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff. There are a whole bunch of things in there worth various amounts. But nothing there's what is there? There's a fancy chair that's covered in gold and got bits and pieces on it. It's a really fancy chair. It's mostly made of bones, but it's gilt bones. You're pretty sure it's made of the bones of Haggard Figured's victims, or maybe people who didn't pay enough debt. There's assorted fine cloths around, probably worth about 50 gold. There's a grug skin rug which you're standing on. It's worth about 25 gold.
Brown and slightly
The suspiciously familiar bag of buttons. Roll a d100.
That's part of it, and that's part of it. 97.
Worth 97 gold.
Every single button is a gold piece.
And a small bottle of Uglu concentrate. Also 5 days of food, including pit cheese, rat sausage, cured lizard gizzard, a small stack of crunch, sweet root tarts, bitey grub glaze, and assorted other sweetmeats.
I'm just gonna start shoving everything.
Oh, and 3 jars of slimy grub wine. Oh, and 1 bottle. Give me a medicine roll.
Of the good stuff.
That's your forte.
Jeez, everything is Lars's forte today.
90.
Rogue.
You find 1 bottle of highly illegal fire wine.
25.
And each dose, every time you drink some, then you causes a single 10-foot gout of flame to expel from your mouth, nose, and ear,
Congratulations.
causing anyone caught in the gout to take 2d6 fire damage, or half on a successful dex saving row,
Damn.
and potentially catch fire.
Illegal, you say? Call in the fuzz.
There are 10 doses in this bottle,
Awesome.
so it's gulp.
How much can this stuff fit down the hole?
Oh, and a barrel of salted human meat.
Oh, lovely.
Worth 50
Okay,
gold.
you definitely can't take all of this.
No, it's a huge, as you can see by on the map,
Yeah,
it's
there's
a
a lot
big
of
pile of stuff in there.
Yeah, so I just want to take as much as I can and like scurry and shove as much in that box that I came in as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
So
can
you
go
can
back
do a
and
few
forth. You
trips?
do exactly
The
what they
bolo-sized
did
box.
to you. You fluff out all of the bags full of things to leave them kind of empty as well.
Luckily, we took a big box.
Bolo
Could
size.
fit a whole hobgoblin in it.
Yes, awesome. Maybe I should. Okay, cool. So, in the meantime, Bolo, Goran, you are you're getting about. You're being. Oh, that guy's come out to take a pee as well. Why not? Everyone's taking a pee. So you're here.
That's
A lot of people are gathering. It's not just these guys. There's a whole bunch of other miscellaneous people who are sort of here and there, gathered around. It's like watching this giant roast go ahead. Everyone's super into it. The bunting has all gone up. People are finishing off for the day at this point. They're all starting to gather around. The final goblin arrives with the live music act, and they've got a small triage of musicians, including a UNT bard, who just stands at the front. It's like they all sort of get together and stand between the mound and you guys and start setting up, getting ready to play, warming up their instruments.
I'm going to amuse the gathering crowd by picking their pockets and then making the coin appear behind their ear and then making it disappear again into
Give me a
mine.
performance roll.
3.
People are fascinated but not amused.
And I sheepishly hand back over the coin. Try and slip it.
But a few people come up and give you coins and other shiny things to attach to your outfit. Because, you know, the offerings to ting.
Yeah.
And generally the atmosphere is quite jovial and people are starting to crack into the wine, crack into the vats as the night goes on. Is there anything you're doing, Bolo?
I'm just doing some stretches,
Yeah,
just trying to make myself look like big and scary. Like,
Yeah, it's not hard.
have you heard about the fight that's going on? You better be around for the fight. It's going to be one hell of a cracker fight. I'm going to win, obviously, but you know.
Cool. A bunch of guys are just haggard bigots, like looking on from the sidelines, just from outside his house, watching. He has one of the other goblins sneak in. Give me a perception roll, please.
18.
Alright. They come in and you just like quickly duck down. You've been flopping out the bags and keeping the boxes, making everything look like it's full from the outside. They come in and they grab the chair and they bring it out to the front. Good thing you haven't taken the chair yet. And Haggard Diggett's like sitting out the front on his fancy chair, looking over, and his goblin attendants are bringing him wine. But meanwhile, what have you guys been doing over in the factory while all of that is going on?
I've got an idea.
Well, I'm trying to tell you about the factory.
Okay.
But
What
that
are these
reminds
walkways
me, you
for?
distracted me. We're meant to be. Remember, we're meant to be doing the thing.
Oh, of course. Sorry. What are we doing
That's okay.
again?
I forgive you.
And how does this help us with the safe and efficient running of the
Well,
factory?
said
Because you
had
were
an
very
idea.
insistent.
You said you had an idea.
Well, this giant vat. Have you seen what those grubs will do to a goblin? Actually, you
It's
did.
really funny.
You saw that guy
That's
fall
like
in earlier.
sometimes, like in my lunch break.
We should get everyone in the factory. Just tip the whole vat on them. That leg is dodgy.
I think we should go get those awesome, cool drugs that the new research guy is making and put them in the soup.
Zitzi always said that drugs are not. Wait, hang on.
As you're having this,
drugs are cool. Yes.
as you're having this conversation, Doc Skolok and his young apprentice, who was tied to the bench and has now concluded their spinning episode. Because obviously this was all entirely consensual. Now, pack up their things and go to the door and open it with a shiny brass iron key, and then close it, and then close it with a shiny iron key.
Go get him!
And then start walking.
Doc Skolok! Doc Skolok, there's something I've got to see!
Hello.
Over here!
Oh, yes. What exactly is over here again?
Look, if you look right down, just at that weird
goodness.
grub thing. Fine. Bang!
Give me a deception roll to disguise your intentions. You can have advantage on that because you are a worker at this factory.
11.
Okay. It is contested.
Oh, I can really see the detail. I can't tell how one of those guys got out of that big vat, but I guess they get out right now.
Can I see the key? Is it on him or?
Yeah, he's just holding it in his hands, just jagged about there. Whoa, I better put this key in my pocket.
Push him in the vat, people!
Okay, give me an attack roll. You can have advantage because you obviously stooped the poor goblin.
Oh,
That's an 11.
Lucky you never.
Splat! It lands right down on the grub on the ground. Oh, good, thanks you got that. Those things are terrifying. I hate those grubs. Oh, well, like I was saying, I better put this key in.
Can I try and use sleight of hand to? I'll bump into him. And then act like I dropped something, and then try and use the moment. Oh! Can you help me with the thing?
Yeah, slide the hand roll.
15.
He's like, boom! Oh, goodness! Yes, I'll put this in my pocket. And he puts whatever it was that you were holding and have replaced in his hand into his pocket.
The one copper I own.
The one copper. He's like, I'll see you at the party!
Have fun, Doc!
See you there! Let's go to the party!
Come along now, don't stay behind.
First things first. As Mum always said, don't go to a party without drugs. They're in there.
Little goblin has,
Okay,
like, Stockholm
I'm gonna go and
syndrome.
open the door with the key that I now
I
have.
think it's well past the home syndrome.
Alright, yeah, you guys roll up here and you open the door. You now have access to the lab. You look around. There is a jar in one corner of what appears to be spinal fluid, which is mixed with Yugu to make a paralysis potion. There are the 4 jars containing 100 doses each of Uglu concentrate. And furthermore, there is what's in the lab? Oh yes, in the lab there are also 2 bales of Uglu mushrooms. So just the mushrooms by themselves, all stacked up on this shelf.
I am going to go directly to the 100 doses of...
Jars of concentrate.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. They are
These could be useful.
big jars.
Perfect. You get one, I'll get the other one. And
There's
then
4.
you get one of them, I'll get the other one of them.
Okay.
Leave the other 2 to their own devices.
Alright, cool. So, you guys grab your bottle.
Yeah.
And you head back over. Where are you heading now?
I think we're heading to the party. I am going to try and spike the punch.
Okay, let's go. Sneak back.
Alright, so you are holding these giant jars. It's very conspicuous.
It's like, what do they
Okay,
look like?
before we, there is some label making equipment in here, surely. They've got something written on them. I'm
No.
going to scroll.
Why would they have anything written on them?
It's fine.
Dr.
It's fine.
Stolen remembers what's in them.
That's true. Perfect. Delicious.
What do they look like? Why are they
They're
conspicuous?
green glass jars
Okay.
with lids on them. And the lids are waxed, except for one of the lids, which has its wax completely broken. And you can hear the sound of merriment and a band striking up a tune coming from the direction of...
So maybe we can sneak around the back of the tent or under the tent to go and
Let's go around the back and get this
Yeah, we're gonna
wine to the other wine.
We're gonna try and stealthily get like under their tent to try and get towards the soup without anyone seeing us.
Okay, cool. You make your way around the back. You're trying to sneak past Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Alright, give me a stealth roll, guys.
Oh. Oh, okay, it's not a bad roll.
16.
No, 20.
Hey Charlie, what's that?
Okay. Oh, where'd it go? You sneak around, and you guys actually catch sight of. You look under as you're going to think to. You're looking under, and you catch sight of Mars, who's like going back and forth.
We flash the jars and go, wink.
I telepathically say to him, "Why have you been ignoring me?"
Mars, give me a wisdom saving throw.
18.
You manage to not jump up and slam your head on the top of the floor, making a loud noise and causing yourself potential damage.
And then I cackle at the expression in your face.
You're so happy. It's one of my favorite things about you.
I scuttle under to there where they are.
Alright, so you cackle and you're scuttling under, and as you're scuttling under, you make a perception roll for me, please.
19.
Alright, cool. You hear footsteps above you, and you guys are here, and you see the curtain lifted up, and the Fungus Gang member lifts up the curtain, like, "Oi! What the hell are you doing out here?"
Bring in wine for the party.
Deception or persuasion, your choice. I mean, it's not wine.
So
maybe
deception.
deception.
3.
It's not wine. That's highly poisonous Uglu concentrate.
Oh, it is.
That's enough to kill everyone here 10 times over.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna try casting Charm Person. Why are you trying to do the deception roll?
Oh my god.
I'm standing next to you.
It could have been a tragic
Okay,
accident.
that is plus 14. I think it is.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool. So he's now charmed, and he thinks I'm fine.
It's like,
The wisdom saving throw, yeah.
you can't let this guy get away with that.
No, it's like, we just brought something extra special to the party, and you can help us serve it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Persuasion roll. Still gotta convince him.
Because we dose it just right.
Okay, no, 6. Oh no, sorry. Yes, no 6.
It's like, it's an awful lot.
You're right. I don't know why I asked you to help. You're clearly doing really important things.
I am doing important things.
Yeah, you should keep doing those important things.
Oh, but I like helping out my friends.
Can you give us a
Well, you
hand
should
with
help
this?
us then.
Oh,
Come down here and take this jar.
give
It's
me
so
another
heavy.
persuasion roll with advantage this time.
Oh, that's lucky. Not that lucky.
12.
He's like, oh my
actually
god,
11.
Judy. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna come down. He like slips out and he says, he's now with you guys. Lars! And Lars, you're like just creeping under there.
Yeah, is there any way that I can reach the back of Wild without being seen?
Yes, give me a stealth roll.
Oh, come on, baby.
Or your
No.
9.
oh, the dice charm is worn off.
Nope.
More friends. Just the more the merrier, right?
I say in Laz's head, "You're welcome."
Hold on, I don't want to follow them out. Wait, do I still have loot to ferry?
I'm gonna say by this point you've pretty much cleared out everything
Okay.
worth clearing out
I'll come with
into that box.
I'll at least come with to behind that barrel. I won't go into the light of anything, but I want to whisper to Wild like it's around his neck. His neck. I got the rest.
And then I say in Gorin's head, "It's probably time that fight started, isn't it?"
Haggard, Biggard.
This guy.
Just kill him. And then I want to slash him.
Give me a sneak attack. Look, Pete, revelry. There's like goblins dancing. Cheers! You know, the whole party's starting to pick up now. People are drinking. Bits of hunks of plain lizard are being cut off and shared around.
That's 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
8 damage.
All right, cool.
As Lars is
Sorry,
stabbing.
8 plus 3, which would be 11.
Go math.
Go, man, go.
As the stab starts to happen, Weil also jumps in and just bites down for some delicious goblin. He's not allowed to eat them very often, so he's got to take every chance he can.
You took a
Alright.
chunk out of my arm earlier this morning.
He's still hungry. He's never satiated.
And I haven't heard the end of it, frankly. It's 22 to hit.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so you guys all you all pile in on him. And the poor guy, he's like, "But you were I thought you were my friend."
And lilac clogs.
Yes, more power.
Let's get this into everything.
I say telepathically to Gorin, "It's probably time that fight started. Hey, because like we could use a distraction."
Ting, 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 ting. Everyone's like, oh, Ting, great priest of Ting. So
It
you
is
have their
time
attention.
for the ceremonial Shiner fight. Shiny fight.
And you have drawn their attention, and they all are looking at you.
And then we're gonna try and sneak by while this is happening to
Yeah,
put,
easy,
these,
easy,
put these things into the soups over there.
Into
for
the
that.
soups,
Oh,
into
we have enough
everything,
for
aside from maybe the
everything.
crunch rats.
No,
'cause
we
they're
need
delicious.
to save the crunch wrap.
Well, can we take all the crunch
Maybe
wraps
not all the slime rats either.
Maybe we need to eat some.
That'd be great.
Who will take on Bolo, the champion of Ting? Whoa!
Oh, Charlie! Everyone's like, oh, Charlie will! Oh, yeah, Charlie! Get out of my way!
Defeat something.
Yeah, we need everyone.
Where are we fighting? Like, yeah, Charlie! Get him, Charlie! Hit him with the bench, Charlie! Charlie! Give him one for all of us! Represent the Haggard Fungus Farm! Woo!
So having treated some of these crunch rats, can I stop being like, "Come on, get your crunch rats for the big fight"?
Alright, so you're gonna sneak around. You guys can both. So is it both of you guys who are working around?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For every hit, you have to take a bite.
Every shot is a shot.
A shot for a shiner.
Alright, so you guys go around, sneak around the back with your bits. Give me some rolls, guys. Sleight of hand, please.
Sleight of hand.
Are you engaging Mars?
Those are my best hands.
11.
I wasn't gonna necessarily because I don't have. I want to. Can I sneak around the back of the barrel? I just want to hang there,
Just accidentally drinking.
like as
No,
close to
no,
Haggard
no,
as I
no.
can reasonably get.
Cool.
Resistant to bite attacks.
Maybe just rub up against that goblin. Lick my fur.
So as you can see, the place is populated, well populated by all kinds of little guys. What is it that you would? So the fight is lining up. You've got everyone's attention. You're all in the
Yeah.
middle. Charlie's there, and they're all getting ready. Cutthroat Mackenzie jumps on the bench. He's like, "Yeah, kill him!" Haggard Biggot's even getting into it. Stealth roll, Or sleight of hand, sorry, what'd you get?
I haven't rolled yet.
What'd you get?
But
I got a 5.
What'd you get?
11.
Awesome.
I got
You
a
managed-
natural 20.
Oh, awesome.
This was for
What
sleight
the
of hand.
hell?
That was a different dice as well.
Have they been mating with your dice charms? This is what I want to know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to point out Tabletop Dynasties dice charms work. They work. That's right.
I have a
Tabletop-
dice
Guaranteed.
charm!
Good
Guaranteed.
lord.
Every
Guaranteed
time
work.
you roll a 20-sided dice, we'll get a 1 in 20 chance to get 20. Guaranteed.
Alright, awesome. So, you guys sneak in and you get your way around and look, I hate to say it wild, but you're getting your little jar, you get a big jar, and you're like, "Eesh," and somebody's like, oi, and you're like, what? and they're like, oh, what are you putting in there?
Spice?
It's like, it's spicy enough, I made it myself.
Who are you to tell me about spice? You're not even a goblin. Look at you, you stupid tiefling. I know the pecking order around here.
I work hard to earn my place here.
So did I. And look at this, now my fur's all dirty. You need to lick it clean.
Ah, screw you! Alright. And they start to engage in some kind of conflict with you over here, irrespective, and obviously another couple of goblins come over to
Distraction
chill up on this.
achieved.
Alright, so as the fight commences, where would you all like to be?
Where do we want to fight? We can't fight on top of the
Fire.
Fight
I
on
mean,
a
we
chicken.
can,
Not
but
with that
it'll
attitude.
ruin the food.
You can clear off one of the tables.
Yeah. So I think we need
We
to
need to
sort of-
clear off the table. Everyone quickly eat all of the slime rats.
Slump.
I need a table to stand on so that I can make sure it goes according to the tithing, teething, ting rules.
Every teeth means a tie.
The TTTT.
I've got the TTT belt right here.
Alright, and you pull up, and you definitely have a shiny belt on you. Everyone is very happy and super impressed.
Excellent.
Alright, awesome.
So I think, like, between the giant lizard and the food table is where we kind of would have the fight there.
Alright, awesome. Yep, so you clear out a bunch of the stuff and people start like moving out of the way, like standing back a little bit. They give a little bit of space.
Run to the factory. I've rigged the slime things to fall.
Glad we're not in on any of this.
Look, be glad you aren't.
Alright, it's on. I mean, it's about to happen. Everyone's getting in a circle and they're all cheering, and even Haggard Biggard starts moving through the crowd and comes over to here to get a better view.
Do
I'd be
the
lying
attendants
if I
move
said I
him
hadn't
on the
wanted to
chair?
see Bolo punched in the face a lot.
Sorry, what was that for?
Do the attendants move him and the chair and just like carry him?
That is correct. He's getting ready for greatness, which is obviously what's greeting him when he goes to the suburbs. And you all imagine, and you have a moment where you picture yourselves on that shiny, shiny chair, going through the fancy goblin suburbs, being carried through the streets.
Oh, to be better than other people. That's the dream.
I am, but, you know, I'm just waiting for everyone else to figure it out.
One day they will all know the glory of Ting.
Yes.
And I'm assuming he still has the box around his neck.
And you all can see very clearly now, a small ornate wooden box around his neck, and he's got some nails in it, and got a chain around his neck. And you can hear every time he moves, it kind of like rattles a bit.
Aftermarket nails going in there.
Hard to hear of the rattle of my own.
You can hear it. Your ability to sense shiny things and
Siren call.
the siren call, a bling.
Alright, so as the fight happens,
Yep.
I'm on the table there, so I might have to slowly work my way around towards Haggard Biggard as I kind of commentate the action.
Yep.
And encourage
That's it,
people
working your way around the circle.
to take shots and to sip, to devour food.
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll as part of your performance to sort of convince people to continue to get more inebriated.
Yeah, so performance, 20.
Everyone is right into it as the two fighters circle each other in the center of the ring. Lars, what are you up to?
I am going behind those barrels
these barrels.
Yeah, and then I want to just try to like I want to start stealthing my way to Haggard
From behind. Alright, cool. Apart from this one fungus gang guy, you've got a pretty clear view. Wow, where are you placing yourself? Oh, you're in a fight, sorry.
I'm busy knee slamming this uppity
Dunk,
tiefling.
dunk. And Lilac, how would you like to be?
I am going to watch the fight.
Cool. From here?
Yeah.
Cool. You get atop the wood pile and you get an excellent view. Everyone's sitting around, they got big hunks of meat, they're all drinking big glasses and goblets of wine. All the goblins are starting to get more and more inebriated. You start to see a few of them just like twitch and pass out. I would
the light of 10.
would like you to please make a perception roll, and also Bolo, please make a perception roll.
That's not as good. 11.
13.
Awesome. Cool. Yep, some people come up to you. Oh, have a drink before the fight!
No, we can't drink before fighting.
Alright, awesome. Cool.
It's not ceremonial. It has not been blessed by Ting yet.
Very well. And they like take a big draft and then fall on the ground, twitching.
Cool. I'm just like, okay, bye.
And you guys rush in. You're ready for this combat. So give me an initiative roll, please.
9.
You get the drop on the very slow ogre.
All right. So I see that he has a big club, so it seems to be a weapons allowed kind of fight. So I
He doesn't have
draw
a big
my
club.
sword.
Oh no, he doesn't.
Oh wait, he
Bare
doesn't.
knuckle.
It's
Oh.
bare knuckle.
Right. Okay. Never mind.
It's about shiners. Gotta
Okay.
get him in the eye.
So I see that his legs are like the height of like me. So I scurry under his legs and then I punch upwards.
Okay, cool.
And then I punch 2 more times.
Flurry of nut shots.
Well, give me an athletics roll or acrobatics, your choice, to slide under there.
Ting also appreciates the family jewels.
23.
Yep, okay, you pull the maneuver and I'm going to give you advantage on the damage rolls. As
Awesome.
you
Maneuver,
slam into a vital spot. So no advantage on the strikes, but advantage on the damage rolls.
Yes. That's 4. Plus 2, so that's 6. And that's 9 plus 6, which is 15 bludgeoning damage.
Dum, 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 You feel like you're hitting a speedball.
Haha! Take that, you big lump of stupid!
He sits on you. Make a dexterity save.
Natural 20!
Okay, the ground like literally shakes and rumbles as he goes straight down on top of you. Boom! What's your armor class?
14.
You scurry out the other side of him and he sort of reaches behind and grabs you firmly, and you feel this large hand, like 3 of the fingers just curl over one of your shoulders, the other finger curls over that side, and then one more, and his thumb just comes around your waist. He's like, got you, and you feel yourself just, you were running, and now you're like, still running, but there's no ground. He's like, not doing damage to you this round, but he has you grappled. You avoided his first and possibly most lethal strike.
Okay.
No, meanwhile, so that's you guys.
Cool.
Goran, you launch the fight. Lars, what are you doing? While this is going on, everyone is engaged.
Is everyone and everyone's pretty concentrated on the fight, yeah?
Everyone's super concentrated on the fight. Even
Alright.
this guard is derelicting their duty and sort of wandering over here.
Okay, I would love
They
to just
stand on the
like
barrel to get a better view.
stealthily go through the crowd. The guards next to Haggard, are they paying attention?
They're paying attention to the fight.
Great. I'd like to come right behind Haggard if I can, and try to sleight of hand the thing off his neck.
Alright, cool. Give me a stealth roll first to avoid the notice of the guards who are standing up there on the bench.
Oh, +7. Okay, 15. Workable. Workable.
Expertise.
Yeah. You slink around. Nobody seems to notice you.
Control me. I control the dice.
And you're within like reaching distance. Do the old reach around. You can do the old reach around.
Yeah.
14.
Yep. Alright, cool. So you've got your hot little hands on it. And you're like... Just dexterity roll for me, please.
Saving throw?
No, just dexterity roll.
Right.
Natural 20.
That's the 6th one!
I know.
Okay, and what does that bring your total to?
That brings it to 23.
Alright, well that big haggard bigot's 21 as they go to grab your hand, and you like, yoink! But it's still attached by a sturdy strength around this, sturdy chain around his neck. So give me a strength roll, see if you can tear it off.
Oh, you're failing.
15.
Alright, you're like, blink! And the chain breaks. But that's your action. Wow, what are you doing?
Am I still brawling with this tiefling?
I am going to say that by this point you have stuffed them underneath one of these pots.
Fantastic. Alright. Looking around, fights going on.
Everyone's distracted, and you're starting to notice the numbers of the crowd thin. A lot of people are just lying on the ground, twitching. Must be the paralysis potion taking its effect.
Right, let's do this. I'm gonna run at. Can I see Cutthroat Mackenzie?
You look around, and a quick scan of the crowd. He's on the other side of the turkey from you.
Is he also? Has he been imbibing?
No, doesn't seem like he has. Looks like he's been keeping a clean nose, and even though the fight is on, he's one of the few people who's looking about suspiciously if he's distracted by anything. It's by the fact that Haggard Bigot and thus Cutthroat Mackenzie both notice Lars standing on a bench.
Right.
Let me please place Lars. I'm terribly sorry. I should have done this before. Lars is right here, and they've all turned around on the show, and they're all going, what's this? And Cutthroat Mackenzie's paying particular attention. He's like, what's going over there?
Right, I am going to run and jump and try and hit Cutthroat Mackenzie because there should have been furry solidarity, but he was meaner to me than he needed to be. And
Poor
still
Cutthroat
is.
Mackenzie.
Poor Cutthroat Mackenzie. His name is Cutthroat Mackenzie.
He didn't give himself that name.
No, all of the people that he murdered viciously did.
That's right.
Actually, they're families because they couldn't give him the name at that point.
I would have loved to have given him that name, but they were dead with their throats cut. Like it says on the tin.
Alright, you run across. It's not that far. You're easily able to cover the distance, pushing through the crowd and stepping over people who have fallen to the ground.
Excellent. Can I act when I get there?
Yes.
Just to start with, out of spite, I'm going to send my fleas as an infestation. So he needs a con roll and can take a d6 of poison damage.
He passes the con roll.
Ah!
You take the damage anyway?
Probably not, no.
Meanwhile,
Nope, not even moved.
okay, so you're upon him. And
Nice.
Are you going to jump to the front?
Oh yeah.
Jump in that space?
Jump
Alright,
in
jump
that
in.
space.
Raise your, I don't know, sword shield, whatever you're doing. You're going to latch onto them with your bites.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. You're on.
That is a 19.
You latch on firmly to his leg. He's like, "Ugh, get the thing, man! Oh, god damn it!" Starts pounding away at you.
6 points of damage. 5 points of damage. Sorry.
Cool.
My
Lilac, what are you doing?
delicious teeth.
So from my perch up here, how many gods, besides like the two big baddies, are there many gods that seem like they paid attention, or are most of them on the ground?
Many of them are on the ground. The ones of the two around, Haggard Bigot, one of them seems like they're getting a little bit shaky. The other two seem like they're on point. Everyone else is still very distracted by the fight.
Plural.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and cast. No, actually, how close am I to the fire? Where am I? Like, I'm not that far away.
No.
No, I'm just gonna play the fire. Okay, I'm gonna try and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Mackenzie.
Alright, awesome.
Oh, I
They
rolled a
roll.
19.
You don't need to roll. They roll, and they only
Oh,
roll a
right.
6.
Oh,
And
cool.
they fall to the ground. They're running along, and they're looking, and then they stop. They're like seeing all these people, and they see the dog like just latching onto the leg. Haggard Biggard. He's just like, and Haggard Biggard's like, "What are you laughing at? This isn't funny! Oh, God damn it!"
And Lilac starts laughing and pointing with him.
And other people around you who are all like, in this mad state of euphoria, are all like, everyone's like, pointing and laughing, and the
Psychological warfare.
and the voice in your ears like, yes, let the infestation spread. Oh, my power grows by the second.
That makes her laugh harder.
Awesome. Yeah, your infectious laughter makes everybody feel very much like
Happy.
they're enjoying the situation. And now the tension is drawn between the fight and situation. And Haggard Biggard just reaches and grabs, reaches next to him and just grabs this large, wicked blade and starts shoving it down at you. Two armor class, 1?
19.
Wow.
Shield over the back.
Awesome.
Teeth gnawing.
And he does. Oops. Too many computers, guys. Wow. And he just like slashes once, but you should nimbly just like deflect it out of the way with your weapon, and the second time he comes down with 14 points of damage, cutting a big slash down your back.
Reaction to cast Shield as my last remaining first level spell slot, so my armor class becomes 24.
Hero. 24.
Ah, damn it.
No, that's a lie. He rolled 23.
Nice.
So it's like, zing, and this blast of magical energy just deflects it off the side. Or shall we say, a wave of fleas rolls across the surface of your body, absorbing all of the energy. No, don't kill our host! Our precious, precious host. And they scatter across the floor, looking for some other creature to
One old
occupy.
goblin today. I'm gonna eat
Um,
one.
These other two goblins, Lars, they're gonna jump at you. One of them
Come at me.
seems to be particularly inebriated, so is trying very hard to hit you with their attacks, all missing. The other one comes in slashing. What's your armor class at the moment?
14.
In fact, get 2 strikes on you with their jagged scimitar, doing 15 points of damage between them. Slash, raking across you. When you step back, you're holding the box, but your chest is being cut open. Arcs of blood and spatter spray across the field around you. What are you doing, Goran? Chaos is everywhere.
I'm going to cast Bane
Mhm.
on 3 creatures. So I'm going to cast it on the Ogre, the Doc, and Haggard Biggard.
Yep.
Because they're all within my eye line. And Cutthroat Mackenzie's on the ground, so he
But
is.
you're rolling a den roll.
It's a charisma throw. Within range must make a charisma saving throw. Whenever a target that fails his saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw.
So, Haggard, Biggard,
Mm-hmm.
dark, a shiny light just starts glistening in front of Haggard Biggard's eyes.
Yeah, it's like a
They can
reflection
see
of me.
a field of gold as he starts to glow radiantly.
wow.
Oh, God damn it! No! And it was also Cutthroat Mackenzie.
No, not Cutthroat Mackenzie. The Ogre,
Uh-huh.
just to help.
Charlie.
And the two goblins.
And the
doctor.
the doc, just
Okay,
to
so-
make sure.
So, of all the people, the ogre one rolled a 17 minus 1.
He's really into this fight.
He's really into this fight, unfortunately.
He's
You
here
can
to
hold
do
your own,
one
you'll be
thing,
fine.
and
I'll
he's
be
all out
fine, don't worry.
of bubblegum.
And if not, we'll eat you to honor you.
But Doc Skolok falls for the same problem. He comes, as the radiant vision starts clouding his eyes.
Workplace hazard.
Bolo,
Okay.
you are in there. You've got the advantage in the situation, or you have the initiative.
Okay,
You've
so
slipped in. You're behind between the fire and Charlie at the moment.
okay. How big is the okay, no. the rocks circling the pit, is it like hot?
Yes, on one side it's definitely hot, the other side it's at least warm.
Okay. Can I try and pick the side closest to me up and then push it into his back?
Give me a constitution, a willpower save. It's a willpower roll, but it's just straight up willpower. Sorry, wisdom.
Wisdom.
Mind over matter.
Wisdom.
Engaging the wisdom.
4.
Oh,
No, you think twice, decide it's not a good idea. It looks pretty hot.
Okay.
No, you go pick it up, you're like, and you drop it.
Okay. What about the spike holding the rat?
The giant plains lizard, a la turkey, is, it's also pretty warm probably, but you are on, let's say, you are on the spit turning side, so there is a big there. You could try and reef it out if you want to make a strength roll.
Okay.
Like a seesaw.
14.
Give it a big reef. You get about
16,
halfway.
16.
It pulls it almost all the way out. The turkey falls down into the large fire. A big smattering of coal starts flying out, erupting into the environment. Everyone in the immediate vicinity, like coals and smoke and soot.
I
Poops
start
out.
laughing even harder.
Charlie
You'll never
is
work a day in your life.
That's right.
slightly blinded, but still is gonna go for it and swing. Oh, he's got you. Grapple is the thing. So you've reached over and you've grabbed the thing out, and you won't grab it, and he just goes, pound, and he just like picks you up on the rock that you picked up, and he just slams you into the rock. So you're just gonna take.
Damage.
You're just gonna take. Not very much, but we'll have a strength bonus for both hits. 9. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 20 points of damage as he just picks you up and slams you twice hard into the rock.
Oh, that's a
It's
shiner.
not very much.
Everyone's like, yeah!
Okay. Sweet.
Alright, so, and then it is Lara, what are you doing?
First thing I'm doing, it's really important. I am taking a swig of fire wine.
Okay. Alright, awesome. Roll, and where are you directing the 10-foot blast?
Hopefully to not my mate Wal, but hopefully to
Waist
Haggard.
height or higher.
You blast out a gout of flame, and it shoots out over Haggard and one of the goblins there. Haggard is distracted, but still has the sense to like dive out. You like take the swig, and he gets the fragrance on his nostrils. He just whoa, and immediately, even distracted, immediately dives out of the way. While he can make an attack of opportunity as he moves away from you. The other goblin, however, is not so lucky. Give me a give me the 2d6.
15 for the attack roll.
And 11.
Okay, he's like, starts running away, and Haggard still takes a much damage. You miss Haggard. He moves out, just catches on some of his arm. He's still running away,
He's
holding his
grappled
blood.
by my jaws, though.
He makes a strength roll. Proper. To drag you with him. So give me a 50.
That's 4.
Alright, cool, yeah, he's like... you just drag along behind him. He's like dragging along. He's moving like half distance at the moment. He tries to get away from you. You're dragging him along behind. He sort of just tries to dive out of the way.
If nothing else, I'm gonna eat this foot.
Awesome. Alright, cool. These guys are going out of the way. This guy's on fire. And this guy seems to be wavering a little bit. He's like a shaky guy. And you have movement action still.
Yeah, so what I want to do is my bonus action is disengage.
Yep.
And then I want to just start running.
Where?
Let's go for the wormy plan. Let's go.
All right, so you start running over to the factory. Now you can actually move a reasonable distance because you got a fish and you're dashing.
And it's like flippering along with you.
Extra energy for speed.
All right,
Yeah.
so you dash off to about here.
Okay.
That's 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, that's 16.
I think I only have 30 because I used my bonus as a
Yeah, that's dash. Oh, you don't have any action?
I do, but I used my cunning action to disengage.
Okay, cool. And then you can also dash as a move action. And okay, yes, of course, you've done all your things. Then you don't move that far. You run to about there.
Yeah, I got the thing.
Got the thing.
I got the thing.
You got the thing. You're
I
running
hope
away.
it's the right thing.
All right, as you run away, while you are still grinding on, you're going to keep the hold and do automatic
I'm going to
damage?
keep the hold. He takes 7 points of automatic damage. And I'm going to try and stab him with my sword. And get a 21 to hit him.
Yeah, you absolutely hit him. He's got that glistening stuff in front of his eyes. He's like, shit.
For another 7 points from the sword itself. And kind of eyes darting all over, looking at Lars running away with Fox towards the grub plan.
Awesome.
Thinking things
preparing
through.
for the ultimate grub pan. All right. Oh, Lars got big.
Just because I'm epic.
Epic Lars doing epic things. Okay.
Higher and higher and higher.
All right, Lilac, what are you doing? Of course, Cutthroat Mackenzie is stuck laughing until something happens, right?
He can roll each of his turns another wisdom saving throws.
He will roll his next turn. All right, who's next?
Or when he takes damage, he gets to roll again. I am going to use mold earth to try and kind of put all of the coal and rocks that are hot beneath the feet of this giant guy attacking Bowler.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah,
that's
perfectly
fine.
fair fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. While laughing, I'm going to try and use mold earth to just move some of the coal, the hot coals under his feet.
Okay, so you can get them under his front toe because he's only got 5 feet. Actually, he's large, so he's occupying all those squares. Yeah, easy. You roll the earth like a wave beneath the fire, and the rocks move, and the coals spread under him. He's like, oh, and starts stepping backwards. He is still, however, holding Bolo. So he takes Bolo with him as he steps backwards, retreating from the fire. Anything else?
Have I noticed? I probably would have. I look over to see what I can see in the other reason, and seeing that Lars is missing, start to kind of move towards that side of the fire.
Yeah, awesome. Very drop down and roll around, and as you're going, you're just seeing more and more party goers just drop.
They're partied out.
They're not
having
dying.
so
they're
much
just,
fun.
They're just falling to the ground. Even some of these fungus gang members are just falling down as they get hit by this refined paralysis potion.
Oh man,
Incredibly high doses of paralysis potion. Alright, so Cutthroat Mackenzie is laughing and laughing and laughing, and then realizes that Warl is really attacking Haggard Bigot and seems to be coming to. He's had his last attempt. He's and he makes a roll to see if he can figure it out, but he's just not that smart. And so he immediately dives at the first person who is relevant to him, and he swings in to attack you. What's your armor class? 1?
19.
Unfortunately, both of his attacks miss.
I'm like a turtle.
Ching, ching, and you're just wriggling around, and even though you're stuck there, fully locked on to Haggard Bigot's leg.
This
Cutthroat
leg is
Mackenzie,
delicious.
You're wiggling lithely around his blows, deflecting them with your armor and your sword. And then Haggard Bigot just is like, no! And hits you twice with his sword held 2 hands, doing
Good night, everyone.
10, 11, 12, 13, 16 points of damage.
Is that with his blindness?
That is not with his blindness. The first attack actually misses, and so does the second attack. So he stabs, and it's very close calls. It's right next to your throat. Right next to your throat. I even lit him up and everything.
It's a
Damn.
bane. I don't know if it's blindness or something like that.
It's disadvantage. Oh no, it's sorry.
minus.
It's
Let me
minus.
roll- let me
You
check.
must
So I got
roll
a
a
16.
d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll. Sorry.
No, my fault. I should know these things as the game's master. I am all-knowing and all-powerful.
D4s.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm the games master. Shut
One
up.
of them does still hit and does temperance damage.
Cool.
Ooh.
It's fine. I just rub out
I
a
got
one.
good rolls on the damage roll.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, this other, the one good goblin still remaining makes an intelligence roll as well, and does not realize the importance of the situation, and so also attacks you. Wrong.
I'm sorry.
You said 19, right?
Mm,
Okay, so one of them hits. Only does 6 points of damage to you.
that's fine.
The jagged scimitar and slashes into you, and you are starting to really feel the pain at this point. And even one more goblin gets an intelligence test, and Possum is like, "Oh, they've got our thing!" and starts running after you. And this one sort of goes, 13!
Do I get attack
and then falls down. Yes, you do get an attack opportunity if you'd like one.
Yay. Try and hit it with my dagger, which I fail at doing. Whoops.
They don't even
Thin
notice.
air.
It's their
Like
armor.
runs past, then I'm like, wait a minute.
And you hear an evil voice in your head.
Don't let it get you down.
And then I continue skipping up.
Excellent. Alright. So, Doran.
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, which booms my voice.
Yep.
End of round! Time to feast!
Alright, cool. Well, let's see if, yep. So, Charlie is, throws you to the ground, doing 2 more points of damage as you thunk into the floor in the dust, and then just rolls over and picks up the whole turkey from the fire.
Which I pulled apart.
Well, you pulled the skewer out of
Yeah.
it, and you're still holding the skewer, like. He pulls out fire and starts to like really devour it, lifting it up. And everyone else is, yeah! Cheer goes up from the people who are still not completely inebriated.
And I have a bonus
can-
action. I'm going to hide after I do that.
Alright, you hide
Gotta
beneath
slip
the
away.
bench.
To myself. And then
You're hidden beneath the bench. Nobody knows where you are.
It's even more like
yeah,
complex and
mysterious.
mysterious. Ting moves in mysterious ways.
Ting does move in mysterious ways. Alright, awesome. Bolo, you're on the ground. Over here.
Okay, well, I think I have to roll a con roll, so let's do that. Which I pass. Aha. Okay, so I still have the skewer, yes?
You still have the skewer. This long, iron, twisted iron skewer. It's still poking hot, still burning hot.
I'm gonna get up and try and stick it through his butt.
Oh, Charlie. Attack Charlie from behind.
The fight was over. I rung the bell.
Too late now. Do you want a wisdom saving throw?
Give me an attack roll.
12.
Alright, well, Charlie is not expecting it whatsoever. So, I say you charge at him, so give me your normal damage roll. So it's considered a polearm, so roll a d12.
Yep. 3.
Add your strength. Oh, that's a miss. Alright, so...
Oh, a
no,
D12 is a
no,
hit.
you hit him, sorry.
No, he already
yeah,
hit.
you go
Great.
searing, he's like, oh! Ow! He's like holding the lizard. He looks behind, he's like, what? We're on break! Tears off a chunk of leg, goes,
I'm sorry, that was an accident when I got up. It was just too long.
give me a persuasion roll. He's torn off this piece of turkey.
5. Actually,
Neither is Bolo, apparently. Not good at lying.
how many? Okay, so I can see. Who can I see?
Not
He's
me.
like, he goes, bad hobgoblin, poof, and bats you with the leg of the turkey, and you go flat to the ground. Isn't doing damage, just knocks you prone.
Not again.
Wise.
Am I engaged with that goblin?
You are
Totally
technically,
downstairs.
yes, but you are also a goblin. Oh no, you can disengage if you want to. Or you can just suffer an attack of opportunity and dash away.
I don't know if I can take it. But you know what? I'm feeling lucky.
Those dice charms.
Attack of opportunity, please.
You hit.
Oh.
Does 6 points of damage.
That
Okay.
wasn't a good opportunity.
That it?
I fall unconscious.
Oh man.
Slash across your back. Fall to the ground unconscious. Everybody sees this, obviously. And you see, he's like running away. Everyone's like, yes, going for glory. And then Lars like swallowing. It's like this other goblin bears down and like swings out with his jagged scimitar. It's a spittle coming out of his mouth. The scimitar arcs through the air, slashing across the back of Lars. And you see the small ornate wooden box fly from his hand a few feet forwards and hit the dirt just 10 feet ahead of him. He flies to the ground and the goblin's like, his eyes are wide. Well,
I'm gonna try and get out of this. I'm gonna release my jaws and disengage.
Yep.
And run towards that box.
Okay, this box.
The one
Oh,
that
the
Lars
inheritance.
had.
The MacGuffin.
The
MacGuffin quest 5,000. All right. So 1, 2, 3. 2 of the attacks of opportunity hit you.
Disengaging.
Disengaging.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, you go 10, 20, 30. What's your movement?
My movement is a standard 30.
Awesome. You get here, and the box is just 10 feet ahead of you. You stand right next to it. Next to you, you see the body of Lars as they fade into unconsciousness. You see Weil, oh no! But then reaches out, pops towards the box. Lilac.
I am going to run up to the goblin that's going for the box and stab him in the back if I can.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. He is unaware of you.
Does that mean I get advantage?
No, you're not a rogue.
Okay, but why do rogues get so many good things? Okay, so that is 14.
Absolutely hits. You give him a
Yes.
shank.
And I do 3 points of damage, because I'm a warlock.
Okay, the dagger slips in. He's like, turns around and is now paying more attention to you than anybody else here at the moment. And as such, makes an attack against you. However, he misses, very distracted.
I only have, just so you know, I only have 13 on.
13, yep.
Yeah,
He still misses.
still misses.
Good.
I was thinking
hell of a
he was
night.
gonna miss. Cutthroat Mackenzie sees you run and goes 10, 20, 30, and just catches up. He goes straight past you and he's going for a while. Feel like it's 17. What's your armor class again?
19.
Yep, just like shing shing blades swinging through the air. They're both missing. Haggard Biggot's trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, no, what? Feels that this necklace is gone. But where's my? And then he sort of like starts running over here as well in the general direction, chasing after you all. It's a party, and everyone's invited to Wow. And Charlie continues to eat the plains lizard because that's their primary focus. They're still on a break as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, I haven't rung the bell.
This goblin is like, what? I gotta guard the thing. And this goblin also sort of runs after in some attempt to catch up. And this goblin falls down. Anyway, Goran, it's your turn.
Hi.
You're right here, hiding under the bench.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself positioned
Ha!
at least like to get between 30 feet of all of my team, so that I'm sort of somewhere in between, but within their 30 feet. I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing, because that's what a cleric does. People.
It's a 50-50 chance. No subtle snipes in this audience. in a
feel like
good
I'm
mood.
missing something.
All right, and everyone within 30 feet, all friends within 30 feet. That's all of you guys.
Yay!
10, 20. In fact, you move here. Then yes, everybody that you like gets how much?
It is. Sorry, I have it here. 2d8.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Do you
Roll
roll
your
that?
dice.
I think.
No, you guys roll
No,
it. Let me
awesome.
quicker.
And
Oh, do we
No, but
individually
isn't it
roll?
the same for everyone? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
14.
Right now we're going to
Yeah,
make it easy.
I am
Plus
full
my
health,
spellcasting
so I'm
ability
good. I ate
modifier.
that part
I don't know what
earlier.
that is.
Back up.
2d8
Is that my
plus.
plus 4?
Yes.
Plus 4. Because it has my modifier.
Wow, I
as well.
rolled 2 8s too.
Damn.
Well,
Oh, plus 4.
16.
Oh, I can do it to myself! Because I was a bit unwell earlier.
Awesome. All right,
Oh, that's better.
Bolo, you pick yourself up. What are you doing?
You're
Well,
on break.
I'm still
Yeah.
I'm still holding this skewer,
Uh-huh.
so I see that all this kerfuffle is happening, and Charlie is very much occupied with the yummy.
Uh-huh.
So I run over to where the rest of the party is.
So your standard movement takes you about here. If you want to dash, you can make the
Yes,
rest of the
I
distance. All right, cool. So you can dash another 30 if you want. Do you want to go like around Haggard Bigger and be over here, or do you want to stay behind?
Stay behind. And I yell, "Here comes the mighty Bolo, for he has won the fight."
Give me an intimidation roll. Let's see if you can garner everyone's attention.
6.
Okay,
I
well,
want some dice.
you are stealthily running up with your skewer. Very well, you are there. Lars.
Who's looking more haggard? Is it Cutthroat or is it the Goblin?
Definitely the Goblin. Cutthroat hasn't really hasn't been engaged in any conflict
Alright,
at all.
so I'm gonna hit at the wait, the Cutthroat's more? No, the Goblin.
Haggard
the Goblin.
Bigot is the one who's really taken all the damage.
Okay, well I can't read Haggard Bigot, so the
Not with that
Goblin.
attitude.
I'm gonna hit the Goblin, and then that's for 13,
Okay.
and then I get sneak attack damage as well.
Mhm.
So I get 14 damage on that Goblin.
Bless you.
It's in the range.
Alright, cool.
Then my movement, I'm gonna run
Mhm.
10 feet in front of me, pick up
Yep,
the box and
grab
keep
the
going.
box. Awesome.
Do they want to take attacks of
Of course
opportunity?
they want to take attacks of opportunity. Cutthroat Mackenzie does. Ground plus at the moment. Cool. Hits. And the other goblin misses. But you take from Cutthroat Mackenzie's longsword, wielding one-handed. That's 4 points of damage on a slash that just lashes out as you get away.
Yeah. Alright.
Cool. And you're going to keep on going? So
Yeah,
that's
and then I
10,
dash.
20, 30. You've got a dash action as
Yeah.
well? Alright, awesome. And in which direction are you dashing? You're going to go for the gates?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you make it to about here and then another. Whoa. Oh, you make it all the way to the gates. Which are locked.
Yeah,
Because this party was a lock-in.
Nice and legal.
But there are no brambles on top of the gates. They are simple iron gates, wrought iron gates. You could climb over them on a successful if you want to make an athletics roll in your next turn. Wow.
Right. I'm actually feeling a bit better about things. So I'm going to settle some scores with Cutthroat Mackenzie. I'm going
Okay.
to dive at him, bite him, and stab him.
Nice. Meanwhile, Lilac, I think what you're going to do.
In theory, I'm going to dive at him, bite him, and stab him. I miss all of that.
All of that. Okay, cool. Well, unfortunately, Cutthroat Mackenzie is very well versed in survival, the arts of not getting eaten alive by gnolls. Something to do with an episode that happened to his parents. Regardless, he nimbly escapes. Lilac.
Okay, so where is he heading?
Lars has just kept on gunning it. and is
Lars
running
is
for the
out of
fence.
my line of view. Is Mackenzie running after Lars? Is he?
So
And
Mackenzie
what
is
about
being
the other?
blocked by Warl.
And the other guy? Okay.
Haggard Bigard is still quite blinded and stumbling around here somewhere.
Okay, I'm
And
going to.
being for bed, and it being bared down upon by Bolo, who's yelling loudly and brandishing a very sharp and long pointy skewer.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at Mackenzie.
Okay.
Cool.
We can do it.
I rolled a
Wonder
12.
twins.
No, 13.
You had the spellcasting on?
Yeah, that was.
Maybe we
Yeah,
can't
it
do
was
it.
13.
Wonder twins.
All right. Unfortunately,
I
Cutthroat
missed.
Mackenzie is made of tougher stuff.
Okay, I then use my cunning action to disengage and run towards the.
Awesome. And as a goblin, you can pass through Cutthroat Mackenzie's square. You go, boy,
Just to rub it in.
Yeah, I cast Eldritch Blast and then run between his legs.
Mm-hmm.
60, and you end up in the same location that Lars is. Awesome. And at that point, Cutthroat Mackenzie. Oh, you don't use the disengage action. Oh, you did use the disengage.
I did.
Yeah.
I used my cunning.
Cool. Cutthroat Mackenzie is fuming and bearing down on you while hits you once. Does 11 points of damage.
Damn.
And
Good at his job.
Haggard Bigard is kind of turned around to realize that you're coming right at him, and tries to move your lunging lance essentially out of the way, but fails to do so and tries to give you a big slap with his sword, but he fails to do so. Definitely engaged. And these other two goblins here, one of them's going to attack you while the other one tries to jump in the way. He comes over to you, Bolo. You for 6 points of damage. Comes in for Jagged Scimitar and slashes at you. And this other goblin comes in and attacks you while, but this time misses. Go.
I'm going to go for the traditional maneuver of running past and hitting one of them on the head with my mace as I continue.
The closest goblin or the farthest goblin?
The farthest goblin. I want to get further away.
10, 20, 30. So you're here. You get to about here. You're not going to do a dash action plainly.
No.
So you get to about there, and you give this guy a whack me attack.
3.
He's like, hey, what are you doing? I don't need the blessings of Ting.
It's the blessings of Ting!
I've got enough blessings, thank you very much. My mum said I always had a very shiny underbelly. Bolo.
I'm gonna move to the square directly below me.
You're not going to attack.
No.
You have just done a dash action. You've moved like 60 feet to get here. I will give you bonuses to damage if you hit.
Yeah, you get
Well, what I'm trying to do is skewer the 3 of them.
Oh, okay. So you're going to cut a little circle here. All right, excellent. Give me an attack roll.
Onto the fire.
Oh, I see it now.
Oh, that was
Noughts and
popped.
crosses.
23.
Oh,
Okay,
damn.
give me a strength roll. Contested.
Do it.
The Great Bolo!
12.
All right. I only rolled a 2, so
Okay.
thump, crunch.
Oh.
Okay, cool. And I'll make another strength roll. He gets advantage.
Make another strength roll.
21.
Okay. Well, okay. Crunch. Thump. And make another strength roll for me. This time at disadvantage.
8.
Even on disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay! So, let me just get these guys all in a barrel here.
Wow.
It's a goblin
Thunk!
scar!
And you hear this thunk as you roll them up in the curtain, and the curtain pulls away and falls down, bundling up the group together. And then you want to continue your move action?
No, I'm fine. I just yell, now we can have skewered roasted goblin!
Awesome. Alright, so, Lars.
I want to try to lockpick the gate.
Yep. That's actually very quick.
8.
12. Alright, you go to pull out your
12.
lockpicks.
Wait, how's that 12? Oh, yeah, 12.
Because you're a rogue, and so you get +5 to everything you roll.
Cool. It's a very, very simple lock. In fact, as you approach the lock, you realize it's not a lock, it's just a bar across the inside of the gate.
Pick that.
Hooray! Morris Relayless would like drape the chain
and
with
yes,
the closed
you,
lock.
you managed to open the gate, and then do you want to continue your move action out
Yeah.
into the street?
And I'll dash.
All right, awesome. Do you want to dash back to your old house or in the direction of the city proper?
Into the direction to our beautiful new house in the suburbs that we
Uh-huh.
clearly have.
Okay, awesome.
But you heard, you know where it is. Weren't you there when the conversation occurred?
Yep.
Oh, I have that knowledge. I still have a bag full of ting and treasures, though. So.
Awesome. All right, cool. Wow. Everyone's just been swept out of your way. They're not dead. No, I'm going to say the goblin at the end is dead. But Cutthroat Mackenzie and Haggard Bigot are skewered together against the wall. They have both taken. Please roll 1d10 and 1d6 damage plus your strength bonus for Haggard Bigot and 1d10 damage for
Well, hold up,
Cutthroat
hold up.
Mackenzie.
1d10,
And
1d6.
1d6, yes, please.
And I
And
just
then
strength
I
to
just
each.
Just, they don't each, just the both. So what's the
14.
14, awesome. And now roll 1d10.
1.
Okay, Cutthroat Mackenzie just got skewered on like a very annoying part of their armor and is being dragged along.
Bolo, the box! The box!
You look around, you realize the box is gone. Lars
The
has
other
grabbed
box.
it. Ah, the other box is
The
big
bolo
and heavy
box.
and on the other side.
Oh.
On the other side of the the building.
We can do this! Let's work as a team! Go, 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 go!
All right.
Let's go!
So, well, what were you doing?
My mouth, disappointingly not full of goblin, runs, attached to the rest of my body around to where the bolo box was full of treasures. Starts to try and drag it towards the gate.
Are you dashing?
Yes.
All right, cool. You dash to about here.
Yeah.
And you grab the box, and it is heavy. You can't make any further movement at this point.
Yep.
Lilac, you do give me a perception roll.
I do give you a perception.
Do give
Correct.
Me a perception.
14.
All right, you manage to catch sight of Weil around. You see him like grabbing the box and looking around, dragging it.
I will go and help.
Your enthusiasm is the paper part of you.
I say in Will's mind, hurry up! Why are you so slow?
This is heavy.
Okay, so the two of you manage to drag in this box a little bit. You get maybe about 5 feet.
Carrying heavy things is not my good thing.
Not anyone's good thing.
All right, awesome. Hey, in their turn, Haggard Bigot and Cutthroat Mackenzie disengage from this.
So they just rip a hole out their side?
Haggard Bigot does, and he takes 3 extra damage for the pleasure of it. And you see that he's like all torn up and scratched. His hat is falling off. He's quite disheveled at the moment. He's like, you! And reaches up and just grabs his long sword and slashes at you, hitting twice. And you take 14 points of damage.
I have relentless endurance, so I can have resistance to slashing damage.
You take 7 points of damage.
Yep.
Ooh, phew. Yeah, I guess Charlie wasn't really the
Wasn't your
bludgeoning.
forte.
And you've activated that lasts for the next 6 rounds.
Yes.
10
10 rounds, I think.
10 rounds, sorry.
Yes.
Alright, and then Cutthroat Mackenzie says, "Oh, tough guy, eh?" And comes up and like ching ching slashes at you, and you like just deflect with your braces, moving around, ducking and weaving, absorbing the damage, going well beyond what any person. You all look over and you see Bolo. He's like bleeding from cuts, bruised. How far under are you at the moment?
-4.
Alright, so apart from the relentless endurance, Bolo has another ability called
Dying?
Win at all costs.
win at all costs. And basically, as an endurance fighter, they're able to go below their starting health, but every time they do go below, they have to make a roll in Constitution to stay upright. And if they lose all of their if they lose equal to their hit points below their current hit points, then they are dead. So win at all costs is activated, and they've got the relentless endurance on, and they are standing up against 2 of the toughest guys in this room. Lars.
Yes.
Oh, did I skip you?
I think
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did.
Well, you
Oh no, because that was their turn and they're attacking you. And it's back to another round and oh my god! Ting! Oh my ting!
Yeah, I'm just hitting and run. That's
It's the ting way! Ting.
because it makes a nice resounding ting on the way through, and then
Alright, give me a roll against Haggard Bigot, I'm assuming.
2.
It does in fact make an ineffective ting as you run by. Haggard Bigot strikes you with a natural 20.
I have
Opportunity.
I have a disengage.
But
as
you
a nimble
have
escape.
nimble escape
Yeah.
as a free action or a bonus
As a
action?
Bonus
goblin.
action.
Bonus action, you can use it.
Yes.
Alright, well, yes, a very decapitating blow swings just above your head height. He was obviously aiming for somebody else.
Haggard
He was
Bigot gets a
expecting me to
surprise
stay and fight.
crisp high five on the way past.
Alright, excellent. But you nonetheless are making your way towards the exit. Bolo, it's your activation now. You've got these two guys facing you down. Cutthroat Mackenzie is looking reasonably fresh, still kind of standing. He's just been inconvenienced an awful lot. Haggard Bigot is looking haggard. It's like, it's like cuts, he's torn. He doesn't look as bad as you, but he's looking pretty bad. Your like ribs are oozing.
Okay. I am going to draw my sword and basically rip through him, and then follow that up with 2 unarmed attacks.
Alright, awesome.
So that is a lot of dice rolling. I've played a monk before, I know. Okay, so we have the sword hits for 22, and then 1 unarmed misses, and 15.
Awesome. Yep, so the second one hits just. Well done.
Okay.
Oh, the 15 hits.
7. So
Cool.
that's piercing and bludgeoning. I can't be bothered to figure out
It's
what.
alright, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Awesome. Like a quick flurry of blows goes in, and he just takes a few steps back, squares up to face you down again. Lars, go.
Yeah, I'm
Go
gone.
on. Go on. Lars is gone. Run, Lars, run, Lars. Oh, watch Lars run into the distance. While.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm
Follow
helping. I'm helping.
Alright, cool. So you
I'm
two
trying
are
to get
going
in
to
line
take your
of sight
action
of
together.
Lars so I can ask him
Oh, I
where he's
didn't
going.
roll a con save.
And I want you guys to make a strength roll for
That
me,
was
please. Well, either one person can make it with advantage, or you can both make one.
I'll make it with advantage.
But I'm helpful.
15.
Alright, cool. You guys managed to make a normal movement.
Yes!
And you get out the gates with the crate. And then, meanwhile, back in the embitterment of this situation, the real fight, the final fight, the showdown.
Screw you!
Haggard Bigot launches in. Man, he misses, he's blinging in his eyes. Cutthroat Mackenzie misses. You're like, gotcha. All the other goblins are distracted or dead or fall into the ground, drunk as skunks or paralyzed by the poison you put in the food. Goran.
I've seen them go out the gate, so I'm going to dash after them and carry
I'm not a cleric.
And as the rest of the party runs valiantly away into the distance, we zoom in
There's treasure!
to the faithful pugilist. You are. What do you do? It's
I
your
am
action.
falling apart. As an action, I
On
roll.
the way out!
Forgot to heal.
Oh.
It's easy,
I
isn't it?
fall into unconsciousness.
Self-preservation tells you the
You like make your endurance roll to stay alive. One more round, one more fight. This is it, and then we fade to black. As the pugilist falls to the ground, fighting the good fight for the family who they may or may not have loved.
You're adopted anyway.
And the rest of the party makes it away, carrying the large box of treasures stolen from Haggard Bigot's lair, and more importantly, the small, ornate box containing the Harrow family legacy, the birthright of you all, yes, even you. And as you open the box at a later date, you discover the shiny, shiny deed to a fancy house in a suburb called Bracken Hall, and also a golden seal bearing the family coat of arms that will identify you easily as members of the Harrow family, and an iron seal of the same type that is used for branding yourselves or your property. And with that, we conclude the first game of Goblins of Zarth, Dearly Departed.
Thanks for joining us for Goblins of Zarth. This is the first installment of a 3-part game that sets the scene for a 4-part saga that you can join for free online this October-November through the Arc Online Discord linked in the description below. If you enjoy our content, then like, subscribe, drop us a comment, and don't forget to check out some of the other videos we have on offer. If you like the art, then check out Cephalopede or head to the Quest Suppliers online store to grab some sweet merch or a copy of the Goblins of Zarth PDF so you can run these games with your home group and jump deeper into the Goblins of Zarth world.